That's a valid excuse.
I think we're on. Okay, folks.
Hello.
Just double check.
Hi.
Look at that.
Hello.
We jumped right in with
Hello.
none of that audio warning.
All right, awesome. So, hello and welcome to Encounter Roleplay. Hello to those who are watching live on Twitch TV. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to join us for our live show every Saturday, 8 p.m. with us, all of us here. Today we're playing Ghosts of Saltmarsh, the Sirens Metal episode. We're on episode, I think episode 3. Not 0, but 3. I think we're on 3. So before we begin today's show, I'll remind you guys that we are sponsored by Fantasy Grounds. You'll see that that is what we're using today for all our roles and maps and other things that pop up. You can try it for free at fantasygrounds.com. You can also get all the miniatures if you play IRL and you want to get miniatures, get it from Wayland Games. Go to waylandgames.co.uk and get yourself a huge range of D&D, Warhammer, and 40k minis for 20% off. And then, let's see, this week, check out our sponsor, Tabletop Loot, who sell incredible dice. When we hit 20 retweets, we give away a set of dice to you in chat. So you'll go to Encounter Roleplay, just go to @EncounterRP, and you can see the retweet they put up there. If you retweet that, and we get 20 retweets, one of you in chat, get some free dice. Amazing. And there should be like a little tweet in the chat right now, exclamation tweet. And then let me remind you, there's a way that you can interact with us here in the glorious stream. You can donate to affect the game by giving players nat 1s, nat 20s, and wild magic surges. And this month's special, I don't know, but look at exclamation donate and they'll tell you right there. It's a new month. Today is the 1st, so, payday. Today was a good day. Ice Cube, shout out. Let's see here. And then if there's a moment that you love during the show, like if I'm acting a fool as one of my characters, go ahead and clip it on Twitch, and we'll be using these highlight reels on Twitter, so you can see more of my bald face and the cast's face, if that's something that they do something that is also silly. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce the cast. Let's start off with Pepper. Go ahead and give a little bit about your character, where people can find you on social media, and how your day went today.
Well, I play Isabel, our Tiefling Ranger. She's a little on the stupid side, but she's got a heart of gold and she tries her best. You can find me on Twitter on bbthem4815 and an archive of our own with the same handle. And work was work. I'm happy I no longer smell like coffee.
That's super good. We're glad that you don't smell like coffee either, although some people are into that. Let's pass it over to Vanny. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character that you're playing, where we can find you in the social medias, and how your day generally went.
I had a lovely day because I didn't have to work today, so it was great. I spent all day doing nothing and playing World of Warcraft when I should have been cleaning my house. My name is Vanny Stitches. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Vanny_Stitches. I do cross-stitch stuff here on Twitch and nerdy things, crafty things. I'm learning to knit now, which is a thing, so that's cool. And I play Patience, our halfling fighter, who is an arcane archer and a sniper. She has a cool gun.
She sniped, yeah. I know a little bit about that. She does snipe a little bit. All right, let's pass it over to Alex. Tell us a little bit about your character, where we can find you on social media, and how your day generally went.
Hey, I'm Alex. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter. I play Pick the Druid, who is a somewhat dumb but very well-meaning and very loving individual. I had an okay day. Ended up chopping down a tree in my grandmother's backyard with my dad and my brother. So it was a good day. Lots of physical exercise. I took it easy because I'm still recovering from surgery, but still kept myself busy enough, and had a dinner only grandma can make. So got some leftovers, and now I'm home and ready to play.
Sweet, yeah. You're just doing the Canadian form of, light rest, which is just, chopping down a tree, easy, no big deal.
Oh yeah, just no problem about it.
All right, so Lindsay, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character, where we can find you on social media, and a little bit of how your day went.
All right, my name is Lindsey Bouchard. I play Zalrora Balin Zeus, the Dwelf fighter. She's pretty cool, little quirky from the circus. And you can find me at DeBurbles on Twitter, something that says Bubbles on Instagram and Tumblr. And my day was pretty cool. Got up super early to go do some poetry with a bunch of really cool LGBT poets.
My day was pretty cool.
Got up super early to go.
Some echo.
All right. But yeah, so really cool way to kick off Pride Month by doing gay poetry.
Nice. Gay poetry, hell yeah. Alrighty. Alexei, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character, and where we can find your social media, and a little bit how your day went.
All right. Hi, I'm Alexei Glick. I played Jade, the Shadar-Kai barbarian. She's actually not dumb like half the rest of the party. But she doesn't have a heart of gold either. She might not really have a heart. We're not sure. She doesn't know. My day was pretty great because I was also not working today. I've been working some very long days with a 4-hour round trip commute pretty much every day this week. So if I'm a little out of it, that's why. I got to rest today and enjoy the sunshine. That's me.
Awesome. And then I'm Michael Sinclair, the Dungeon Master. I play a bunch of characters, so I can't tell you about a little bit about a character. The social media, you can find me on @MichaelCrits on Twitter. You can find me at MichaelCrits on the Instagrams. Today I was in the host portal, so if you're just catching with us now, I got this at Barnes & Nobles, so that's pretty great. So hopefully we can get into some of that today. We'll see. And then I also got this C++ for Dummies. I'm already a computer science student, but gotta shore up some holes there. And other than that, just been chilling today. But yeah, so let's get into it. Vanny, if you don't mind, give us a little synopsis of what happened last episode, and I'll fill in some holes if you need me to kind of shore up some of the stuff that happened last session.
I don't mind. So, we began last session in combat. We had come up along the side of this other ship. It was a pirate ship that we were supposed to intercept, I believe. And we began it in combat. During said combat, we did win, thankfully, but Isabel did go unconscious. And after doing so, we took the remaining crew, once we just got rid of the captains that were in charge of things, the remaining crew kind of backed down a little bit. We took them onto our ship as prisoners, went over and looted the things that they had. There were some shenanigans within a barrel of dates that happened as Isabel and Patience hunted down things, found a small chest filled with gold and a really fancy gun, and popped back over to our ship. Then a storm came, and we had to ford the weather, as you say, and Jade almost died, like 1 hit point, almost died, and then passed out for a very long rest while some of us took watch. Little Bird discovered that the gun was magical and had a very frustrating conversation trying to get Patience to understand what she was saying about it. And Patience was also very frustrated because she doesn't understand why the bird can't speak. And Patience doesn't really speak that much anyway. Beyond that, we took our watch. I believe somebody, maybe Isabel, saw something at the end of that watch, but I can't remember. And then the next day, they pulled off to the side, Isabel and Patience, talked about what they should do with this gun, because neither of them are really good at firearms. They're mostly bow and crossbow ladies. Decided to sell it. One of the crewmates came by, wanted to take a look at it. Patience said no, and then told him that it's a gun that shoots carnivorous starfish at your face and eats you. And then
That's right.
Successfully deflected that conversation by asking him why he named his cannons. And that was where we left off. And as he walked away, Patience high-fived Isabel, and that was it.
Yeah, so we end on a high five from last session. And yeah. And then we also got Latrell. We kind of sided the conversation so Latrell wouldn't ask any further questions about the weapon. And he headed off to sleep for the night. So that leaves us off with basically you, Patience, and Isabel, or Patience and Little Bird. Little Bird's going to go off and take her rest. Last episode, she was busy directing the ship where to go. And that kind of left her exhausted after navigating the crew through some rough seas. So, Patience, you're still currently awake. Is there anything that you would like to do? And I believe the other members of the party are they're sleeping at the moment.
Where am I? Am I in the crow's nest still?
No, you
or am
are
I in the ship?
near. Yeah, you're in the ship. You're near the gun locker. So that's where all the gunpowder is and all the mechanical parts for all those things. It's owned currently by Baby Guns, aka Jade, or Jade, aka Baby Guns, gear lockers. That's where you currently are, in below decks.
I don't remember if I have already taken my rest or not.
I don't think you have.
Okay.
I think y'all went straight into some sort of conversation.
I think you are correct. And I don't remember if I was starting my watch or not, or if I was on my way to bed.
What time do you start? Currently, I think it's around 8 p.m.
8 p.m. I can just take the first watch. I'll pop out and go up to the crow's nest. And
you go and do so.
Is there anything? See if there's anything I can see with my halfling eyes.
Make a perception check.
Okay. 11.
Okay, so 11. Clear night sky. You see the stars. Have you sailed before? Has your character sailed before?
Not much. She's mostly been like a passenger if she's ever been on a ship, not really like on a crew or anything like that.
Gotcha. Well, here on the crow's nest, it's one of the few times you kind of you've taken notice of the stars above, and it looks gorgeous, like the most clear sky you've ever seen. You're out in open sea. There's no place for light to kind of wash away some of the stars. So you see lots of stars at the moment. And then on the quarterdeck, near the helm of the ship, you do see like a glow of some red embers, and you kind of hear kind of like a sound of a spoon kind of stirring around porcelain. Looking at that direction, if you choose to look there,
I would.
Okay, you just see Aine kind of navigating, making sure that the ship is still on course, and you see her essentially like her and Dorothic sharing a cigar, and she has a cigar, he has one, and she's drinking also a cup. So, and that's Aine's are basically our Triton, kind of like a sea elf. So currently she's navigating while Dorothic is on the helm, steering, steering the ship. And that's what you see. So calm skies,
Okay.
calm seas, no ships in sight currently.
Awesome. I finally relax because I'm alone. And that'll
Okay,
be the rest of
so you
my watch
relax.
until it's time for somebody else. And then I'll go get somebody else.
While Vanny's on watch, or Patience on watch rather, is anyone else doing anything? I don't know if the rest of the party exactly want to go straight to sleep, or if there was something that you want to do before you go to sleep or take watch, etc.
Jade absolutely goes straight to sleep and locks the door behind her.
Pick was right
Oh,
to his
there's no
hammock
door.
and right to sleep.
You just go into your hammock and just knock out. Got it.
Yep.
All right, so you two in your hammocks. Zelrora or Isabel, anything that y'all would like to do? We can't hear
I
you.
muted you.
Sorry. Yeah, Isabel's just going to pass out.
Okay.
Zorora's gonna go to her hammock and pull out her handheld harp and
Okay.
play a little bit to try and help everyone else go to sleep. And then once they're all out, then she'll pass out.
Okay, make a performance check. We'll see how well you are at lulling people to sleep.
Oh, please. Let me figure out how to live. Boom. Not great.
Okay, so it's been a while since you touched your harp, and or it's a harp that you have. Is that correct? Or what kind of instrument?
Handheld harp.
Yeah, so you haven't tuned your harp really, or like tightened down the strings in certain areas. So you kind of hit some missed notes, and you hear Mama Boat speak up like, "Hoy, you stop that! People are trying to sleep here. Just maybe later." So
I
she rolls
stop
over.
playing and go to bed.
All right, got it. All right, so that's what happened during that time of Vanny's watch. Vanny, who would you like to essentially? Who wants to take Vanny's place on watch?
I would not go get up Jade because I saw her
Oh.
struggling.
I'll take it.
Leaving that one alone. I would actually, that's what I would do, is go get Isabel because she's the other person I'm confident enough talking to.
Okay, so you get
Your turn. Get up.
All right, I hear you.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, if I walk away, you're going to go back to sleep. Get up.
I tumble out of the hammock and I shuffle up deck.
If she tumbles, I just back up. I just let her fall.
after about 10 minutes of being on watch, you kind of hear this like scrapey sound. Make a perception check.
Hold on, I have to find it.
If it's only 10 minutes, would I still be awake? I wasn't
Yeah.
like exhausted or anything, so would I also have heard it?
18.
Yeah. You look down below the crow's nest, and you just see Sasha like kind of cat posting the mast, the main mast. Just kind of scratching it. After a while, she settles down and calms down. You still see, Jamero on the helm, stirring currently and steering the ship, and Aine's no longer there. She went down below decks. But yeah, calm, clear night. Morning starts to come. You feel kind of like that super cold feeling of cold air rushing through the ship as the transition from night to day happens. That morning, kind of, if you've ever been out to sea, it's a super cold air that comes in right before the sun comes up, and it's the worst. But you get through it. You feel refreshed in the morning, a little bit groggy. But yeah, essentially, everyone will wake up at this time. You all, Aine tells the crew at some point during ship's muster that it's probably going to take 2 days to get back to Agerstein, to Homeport. And if there's anything any of y'all would like to do until anything any of y'all would like to do until you get to the home port of Agerstein. This, if not, we could just kind of do the D&D fast travel.
We don't have to roleplay it out or anything like that, but at some point, Patience will, even though she doesn't talk much, play dice with whoever wants to.
Zora
Okay.
will be absolutely down to play dice.
Pick is up for this.
You gotta-
He enjoys
you
the
gotta
game
mix
of
it.
dice.
All right. So I think this is how this goes. I think there's a variation of like this dice rolling game where you roll like 3d6, and then you can choose to either re-roll one and see who gets the highest one or keep it. So, and we'll see who wins that way. So if both of you want to roll 3d6, and we'll drop the lowest die. Or, sorry, you keep there's two rolls that happen. You can choose to keep your first roll as is, or re-roll one die, and whoever gets the highest at the end wins the... So,
I got 14 total.
alright. There's Patience, and then Zelrora. There we are. Oh, Pick is playing as well, eh?
Oh, yes.
So you got, there's 9, there's 12 for Patience. So Aurora, you have 11, and Pick, you have 9. If you want to reroll
I got-
one of those,
I got 14. You didn't add in the 2. Oh, wait. Yeah, you did. Never
Uh-huh.
mind.
So we're allowed to reroll
It's
one.
11, not 12.
yeah, you can reroll one.
I am going to reroll my 1.
I am
Okay.
as well.
So you are at
Oh.
15.
So 15.
Yeah, 15 for you, Zelrora, and Pick, go
I
ahead and
got
reroll
10.
one.
Does proficiency have anything to do with this game?
No.
'Cause I'm proficient with a dice set.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
Wait,
Interesting.
what?
Yeah.
I will let you do a sleight of hand.
Okay.
Let's make a sleight of hand roll.
21.
Okay. So you can essentially re-roll
Second die.
let's see. Yeah, a second die. Replacing any of the other lowest ones, if you'd
Okay.
like.
I will replace the 2. So I got a 6, a 5, and a 3. That's
So-
11, 12, 13, 14 total.
I have
Yeah.
proficiency with the dice set as well.
Yeah.
Okay, same thing for you, Pick. We got a whole bunch of
Roll that.
gamblers here. Is this
Roll
just a
that.
gambling stream now? This is a gambling stream. Kids don't gamble.
While
The Sirens
he's
Medal does
get-
not condone.
There we go. So that's 10, that's 13 for Pick. That's still not.
Yeah, so
Enough.
Aurora ends up still taking it with her honest rolls.
What did she have?
So,
What is
how
that?
how much would
15.
your characters have bet? If you don't, how
Yeah,
much
like
would
a
your
gold.
characters would have bet? A gold? Okay.
Like-
Next
like
time
a
you have to
gold.
establish that. Next
Yeah.
time.
Just do
So
it.
it's a gold buy-in. We'll say it's a gold buy-in. So Zelrora, you win essentially 2 gold. Go ahead and minus 1 gold from yourself. Pick, and then after the
Whoa.
dice rolls, you see Dorthic like kind of turns the corner. You guys are on the main decks. He's like, "Oh damn! Why didn't you let me know that you guys were rolling dice? I'm a hot dice roller. I bet one time I was playing this alleyway. I went hot 4 times. I got like 20 gold pieces off one game. It was crazy. They called me the lucky alley roller. That one, oh man, you should have saw me. I was so hot. Next time though, just get me in there. If you guys gonna roll dice, I'll throw some gold in. We'll really do it up with 5 gold buy-in at least. At least if you don't roll against me.
Pick
At this
Pick
point,
is gonna.
go ahead.
Sorry. Pick has been this entire game. Pick has been smoking a hand roll. He's just gonna take a pull from it, narrow his eyes, and hold up the dice.
Oh, you gonna roll? You wanna roll? It's a five gold pieces buy-in, real man.
He's just gonna hold out the 5
put down
gold
10
pieces.
gold.
All right, so you're putting 5 gold as well, Aurora?
I'm putting down 10.
Oh, a 10. Okay, we're getting serious now. Okay, this is 5.
Well, go 10. We'll go 10
pieces.
as well.
He puts it away. He puts it away and puts 1 platinum, which is still equivalent to 10 gold.
Patience picks her stuff up and just kind of crosses her arms, but sits back and just watches.
Okay. He's like, here we go. This is my lucky platinum. He like grabs the dice and he starts, kind of like rolling it in his hand. He's like, okay. He starts blowing on the dice. Like,
I would like to watch him very intently.
okay.
Can I make? Is there a way I can make like a perception check or an insight check?
It's insight. Yeah, if y'all want to make insight checks.
I'm gonna wait for him to do the roll first, and then I'll do that.
Okay. He's gonna make a perception check against y'all. So
So we can make an insight check if we want.
Yeah.
Boom. Nat 20.
2 nat 20s.
Oh my god!
Oh my
That's
god.
20
You
plus
and me,
6.
boy.
Wow.
You and me, boy.
That is-
You and me, boy.
That is coming after.
Nobody
let's
trusts
do
him.
this.
We're all just like sitting there
Everybody
like.
hates Dorothic.
So
I did not
with all
mean to do
those
that.
awesome rolls, you still don't see any signs of cheating. He loves dice. He has some honor with his gambling, surprisingly. He's gonna go ahead and roll his dice. So he's gonna re-roll the 1 because he's allowed to do that. So he gets 12 in total. Whoever's in the game, go ahead and roll your dice. So that's Aurora and Pick. You all have to roll dice here. So you have an 11, Aurora, and Pick,
Okay,
you have
I'm
a
gonna-
7.
Right, and I'm gonna re-roll the 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll the
fuck.
1.
Take it.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Whew.
Can I
Pick,
try
you.
to sleight of hand? The other one?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that, but Dorothic is gonna try and look into that.
16. Aw.
Hey, he like grabs your hand. Hey, you trying to cheat over here? I thought we got some. This is the high seas. You better have some honor. People been thrown overboard for less. You know what I'm saying? Don't
Oh yeah, I was just making sure it weren't cocked, eh? Oh, it looks
Well,
good though, hey?
be careful next time. I'm watching you. I'm watching you with all 3 eyes. Okay, this eye, and this thing that I got from this one tribe down south. They said this is my 3rd eye. I'm watching you with that dude. Watch out. Okay. Oh, 3. Oh, 3. Watch out. Watch out, guy. He's like poking you with the 3 hands at your forehead. 3 fingers. All right.
Hey,
So
it's just gonna
essentially,
be like,
yeah. Okay. So,
he's just.
He's like, oh yeah, you better keep nodding. You better. Okay. All right. So, and he like taps your shoulder. You're like, good. Okay, you get that 10. You get my platinum piece. Hey, next time we out to sea, I'm gonna challenge you again. Double or nothing. Okay, double or nothing. You gotta get 2 platinum pieces next time you're gonna play me. They will really have the high stakes. High seas, high stakes. That's what I say.
I look forward to it, darling. Anytime you want to play, I'm here.
Well, I know where to find you. You know where to find me. So you guys get your gambling on. Pick, go ahead and mark off that you lost 10 gold. Zelro, you gained 20 gold pieces off of that game.
I've lost 11 gold total. I'm down to 4 gold.
You hate to see it, folks. So, if there's nothing else that the crew of the LSS Jumper would like to do,
Pick.
go ahead.
Sorry. How much gold did you
Yes.
lose?
I lost
11?
11 gold total.
Okay, so Aurora's gonna hand you back 11 gold once Dorthic is gone.
Oh, he's gonna make a perception check. Mm-hmm.
I said once he's gone!
All right.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
He real gone.
He's gone. He might not be gone. You don't know him. Okay. So
Pick's just gonna be like, well, are you sure, eh? You sure about this? So,
Really, darling, I only did it just to see if he would play. Put his money where his
You're
mouth
good.
is, so to speak.
all right, you're a good one, eh? Oh, I think you and me we're gonna get along real well, eh? I appreciate you.
No problem.
all right. So after being at sea for another 2 days, whoever is on watch you would know that your watch coming up. The last person on watch before we hit the shore. Whoever is up there, who would like to be up on the bird's nest as you guys are pulling into port? All right, we'll have
Jade.
Jade.
I'm up there
do it.
basically all the time.
Okay, so you and Jade are both up there. So you both see at 13 nautical miles, which is the edge of your sight at sea, you see that that little small, like thin little green mass at the end, which indicates, hey, we're coming up to Agerstein. And the first things that kind of pop through the horizon line is the lighthouse there. And you see other ships, in your range of sight, in your range of vision, entering Agerstein and going away from Agerstein. So you know that you're arriving at Agerstein essentially, pulling back into your home port. So after about an hour or so, you see that Jamero gets back on the helm. Ine, your chief navigator, she's right there telling him to go take certain helm movements like left degree rudder, right degree rudder. At some point, Jamero tells Little Bird to come join them, so she learns more of the sayings and works with Ine a little bit to kind of... Ine's trying to take her under her... Little Bird under her wing, so to
Pun
say.
intended.
Pun intended. So, after about navigating the port for about, let's say, 30 minutes, you get back to where you were ported the first time before you left Agerstein. And then you hear Mama Boat say, "Okay, everybody get on the line. We're going to be moored off to the pier, so we need everybody to get on the line. One to the left, one to the right on port side." And so, like last time, I'll roll for Little Bird, and I need strength or athletics rolls from the whole party.
Okay.
18.
Dang!
18.
7.
7.
Okay. Athletics, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
5, 7.
Not bad.
Cool. So that's a successful
14.
check. So, oh, dang. My computer is super loud. So I think we'll do it this way. I just thought of it, but I kind of like the flavor of this. So whenever you're doing ship operations together as a team, if all of you succeed the check, we'll essentially I'll allow the crew to choose who gets a, what do you call the thing? Bardic Inspiration. So you kind of get to have like some sort of a reroll of a dice if you want for a D20 reroll. So you get to choose that. But that was a successful ship operation, so congratulations, everyone. You got another successful ship operations. So
Yay.
go ahead and figure out amongst yourselves who would like to have, you have to decide now before we move on, who would like to have the essentially bardic inspiration, or let's just say ship inspiration or crew inspiration. So one of y'all get to have the crew inspiration. D20.
My vote goes
if there's a
for,
D20 check or roll. Okay. All right. So
couldn't hear that
if
one.
everyone,
I
You get to
didn't hear
pick somebody
I-
to be able to re-roll a d20.
I vote for Jade.
Yeah, Jade has my vote too.
sweet.
Sure.
All right. So we'll just
take
give it to Jade. We'll keep it short and simple. So Jade, you get the crew inspiration. So if you need to make a D20 roll at some point, you can't save this up. So if another one
Right.
comes up at some and you haven't used it, it just transfers over to someone else.
Right.
Or you get to keep it. But if you don't use it, you lose it, is essentially what happens.
Right.
So, cool. You have crew inspiration. So everyone gets moored onto the pier properly. The gangplank goes down to the quarterdeck, and you guys are back at Homeport. Is there anything you'd like to do back in Agerstein? At some point, however, you do have to muster with Dekas Kuf, who is the Eric Krokra, who's kind of the military person in charge of the crew. Although you're a private company, he's the one who kind of is the middleman between the military and the private contractors. So you have to see him tomorrow, essentially, at early 7 a.m. time, bright and early. So other than that, you are free to do what you would like to in port.
Is this port a place where there would be religious temples?
Yes, there is religious temples. However, the religion that they have here in Agerstein is the god of Ronect, who let's see. Anyone who has a proficiency in religion, go ahead and make a religion check.
Let me see, actually. Do I? No, I do not.
I'm not the one.
If not, then you'll have to make the roll here, Jade. So I don't think
I have
anyone.
the opposite of a proficiency.
Okay, opposite is here. So Jade, go and make a religion check here.
Okay, religion check. Not proficient, but at least I got something. Whoa, wait, did somebody just roll for me?
No, it's been
No,
doing
or is-
that.
Okay, then I'm going to actually roll. There we go. 21.
Good. So before you came onto the ship, you were checking those kind of surroundings before you decide to sign up with Arcane River here in Agerstein. You do know that there are, I believe there are 3 churches here in Agerstein. The Church of Ronect. Ronect is the god of iron and life and freedom. He's kind of like if you want to think of him as like a Viking god that kind of honors, the fighting spirit and shedding blood and hard work for gain and success. And one that kind of sometimes demands harsh sacrifice sometimes, depending if he was angered. But you know that Ronect is kind of the overall god that people of Agerstein pay tribute to.
Right. But are there any temples to the Raven Queen?
Actually, let me think. I think there is one north of town, like 3 miles away in a section of forest.
Excellent. Well,
weirdly-
Jade is going to trek there.
Okay, so you're going to go ahead and trek there?
Isabel will go with.
Okay.
Jade was like unaware anyone even knew where she was going.
Isabel's just curious if he's going to follow behind.
Stealthily? Or...
Yep.
Oh boy.
All right, so
well,
we'll get to that here in a second, if that's okay, Jade. Let me
Sure.
see what else everyone else is doing, and then we'll get back to that.
Sounds
What
good.
is Isabel? You're going to be following Jade then, possibly, and then Patience, Aurora, and Pick. What would you like to do?
Is there a magic shop here?
There
That I
is.
know of? I would like to go
that
there.
you know of. Oh man!
Like me
Okay.
specifically because of a contact, like, and also, do I have a contact here?
What's your background? What's your history again? I think it's with the Scarfers, right?
Yes.
Are you
Yeah,
perfect? Yeah, you would actually know. There is a contact for the Scarfers who is actually the only magic person here in
Oh, good.
Agerstein.
Yeah.
And his name is Jerome, and you can find him at his shop, which is 2 miles west of where you are, at a place called Jerome's Magic and Things.
Have I ever met and spoken to Jerome before?
I don't believe
Would
so.
I
I don't
have?
think you had a reason to.
Okay.
I don't
I
think
would
you
like
had
to
a reason
head there.
You just knew him as a contact.
I come off the boat. I make eye contact with Isabel. I just nod, like I'm leaving. Like, it's a very knowing nod that she's aware of. And then I just leave. I just walk away without saying anything towards Jerome's magic shop and things.
That's it. I need to pull up some notes.
I'm also
here,
gonna just tap the butt of the gun when I make eye contact with Isabel as I'm leaving.
Okay, so Isabel, you know that Patience is probably off doing some of her Scarfer things. So cool. We'll get back to that. So I know that that's happening here. Pick and Zorora, what would you like to do?
Zora would like to leave the boat and go find some new dirt. She had grabbed dirt before they left. So take the dirt that she took, kind of put it back, thank it, find some new dirt, and then just sort of wander around. She would like to put on the mask, the laughing mask from her circus, and then just sort of pick a street corner and start juggling and playing her handheld harp, and then just entertaining.
All right, perfect. And lastly, Pick, what would you like to do, Alex?
Pick is going to spend the day, early in the day, he's going to use his druid craft to make a little sensory effect of what the weather's going to be for the day, just to see if it's going to be nice. And then he's going to take his plants out from where he's secured them under the deck, and he's going to take them on deck and let them get some sunlight. And he's just going to tend to his plants, and you're going to see him, like, sometimes he'll use mold earth and he'll bring the plant up so he can check the roots and then bring it back down again. And he'll just spend the day tending to his plants and smoking and hanging out, basically. He already stocked up on everything the last time they were there, so he's good for now.
Okay, so Ralnor's going to come join you, and we'll get back to that. So, all right, we'll go back here now to Jade and Isabel, possibly. Jade, you don't know if Isabel is going to be following you, so I don't normally allow PvP, so just know that. But in this case, you are rolling perception, and Isabel, you're rolling a stealth check to see if you are detected, Isabel, by Jade. Before we keep going here.
Okay. $14.
Well,
okay.
Give me a second here. 11.
So before walking out of the main gate, the main gate is center and north of Agerstein, because Agerstein is built from kind of like it's more wide from west to east, and it's a little bit more shorter from north to south, but is essentially north is to continue more into inland of Vorn, and south is where you guys came from the sea. So that main gate, that center north main gate, as you are walking, you kind of see some people looking past the street, kind of like curiously a little bit, and so you turn around to look to see what they're looking at, and you see Isabel with Sasha essentially following you.
Are you lost?
No, I'm headed to the woods too.
Oh, do you worship the Raven Queen?
No, I just don't like being cooped up.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm going to temple, and good luck in the woods. And Jade just heads on out into the woods, following. I'm assuming there's going to be at least a little bit of signage for the temple.
There isn't a temple, but you take a moment looking at nature around you, and you know that that ravens essentially are her little messengers, her little secret keepers, and kind of following their pattern, knowing what patterns you should be looking for, looking in the sky for ravens. You do see them kind of congregating or making strange movements in a certain area, which lets you know that's the direction you should go. So once you get off past the main gate in the north and you travel about 2 miles, you see a kind of like some ravens going in a northeast direction into the woods, and so you follow them, and eventually you get to a place that seems very shaded and dark. There's like a lot of tree forest growth there, and this forest isn't normally dark. Like there's spots in places where sunlight comes in naturally most of the time and things like that. However, you do end up finding this like little isolated, very densely covered wooden area where there is a kind of a statue of like this faceless looking female figure. And you do see like ravens kind of like cawing and shrilling and making their noises above this little shrine that's kind of covered in darkness in this forest area.
Right. So Jade has just been following the ravens all along, and when she sees the dark spot, she kind of picks up the pace a little, like she's excited. But she knows that Isabel is still following her, so just before she like dives into the darkness, she pauses and just, if you do not mind, I would like to worship in peace. Is that all right? For you to stay out here?
I'm fine with that. Would it be possible for me to buy you a drink after?
Why?
I want to get to know you.
Oh, all right. Yes, I would like to get to know you as well. It's maybe a little while that I'm in there. If you don't mind waiting, or I could just meet you back in town.
I was planning on wandering the woods with the cat for a little bit.
All right. Well, then I will see you. Bye. Jade goes into the shaded area where it's dark, kind of into the center of it, where I'm guessing there's kind of a little bit of a shrine set up.
I mean, it is a shrine. It's a statue slash.
Okay.
And
It's a statue.
It's a very mini, small statue kind of set in this little area. And there's kind of like vines and weeds and trees kind of like overgrowthing around it. However, there seems to be like a negative place where things don't really grow there. And then at that place, you do see like little tinkers of little trinkets and things. You do see like a couple of raven feathers. You see kind of like weirdly, not to you, but you know that you see a lot of like little ash flakes there. And you know that these ash flakes are essentially messages for people who honor the Raven Queen or pay tribute to the Raven Queen, who maybe they have a huge secret that they want to get rid of and they want to entrust with the Raven Queen. So they bring it there and then essentially burn the message and ash it in her area. Yes. So you do see all these kind of like forms of worship or paying tribute to in this little statue area of this like faceless woman, kind of a statue that's about 2 feet tall. Yeah.
Okay. Small statue. So Jade is going to approach the statue, kneel down in front of it, and take off the little feathered pauldrons that she kind of had attached to her shoulders and lay them down on the ground behind her. And then
Okay.
from the little pocket pouch that she kept hidden behind her, she's going to take out the necklace and the little doll that she got from looting the bodies last episode.
Yep.
And she's going to set them at the feet of the mother and
Okay.
sit quietly and trance, which is essentially, it's like elf long rest, because I guess technically elves don't sleep, but in this case I'm going to say she's meditating to commune with her god. So,
Perfect.
and
Yeah.
Yep. That probably
So
well, I leave how long it takes to you.
yeah, you spend about you don't know how long it is until like you finally open your eyes, but when you do, you do see like the little thing that you left as tribute gone, and when you went into your trance, you kind of recall maybe a raven kind of hopping around you, but didn't pay mind to it. It's kind of like deep in your thoughts and memory. You don't know if you were meditating that or dreaming that, dream stating that, but you ascertain one method or the other, that doll is no longer there. As your tribute, you think is possibly taken, and you know that as confirmation that you established some sort of connection with the Raven Queen through your tribute. So when you open your eyes, it's about 2.5 hours later. Isabel, you would know that this time has passed. However, to you, Jade, it feels like you were meditating maybe for 15-20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. And she reemerges from the darkness and just looks kind of pleased and is going to start heading back towards the village.
Okay. That's what we'll pick it up now with Vanny, Patience. So you're making your way to Jerome's Magic and Things.
Yup. Give me them things.
Okay. So when you Lindsay's away.
Is anybody when I walk in this shop,
So
the first thing I want to note is how many exits are there and how many people other than him are in there, and can I see him immediately or is he not immediately visible?
Okay, so before you get to that, you're casing essentially the building. As you walk
Yep.
up to it, you do see like purple, like not purple. It's Pimp's pink. So you see like Pimp's pink, like like kind of like these banners in front of it of his shop, and you do see like windows at the top floor. You can ascertain that it has some underground floor because one of the lower parts of the first floor building, you see like a small window slit. So you know that there's possibly an underground area that he has in his place. Towards the side, one looking at the alley before you kind of walk in and take a right. So, because, looking down the street, his shop is on the right if you're heading from east to west. So, casing the joint that quickly, that's the details you kind of ascertain at that moment. When you walk into the shop, you don't see anybody right away. However, after a minute or so, if you're waiting, you hear, "Oh damn! Do I got a customer?" And he like walks up out of the underground area. Like basically, there's like a little steps that he comes out of. You can tell that's behind the counter that he sits at. He's like, "Oh damn!"
Did you mute yourself? No.
We can't hear you, dude.
Can't hear anything. He came
Nope.
up and then nothing.
No.
No!
Oh
But
God.
I want to
no.
meet Jerome!
Oh, we've lost
too
our
much-
DM.
No. Oh God.
Oh,
guys.
no.
Idiot.
Stream. Rip
We lost
stream.
Katie too.
Oh no.
Wait,
Rip
who did we lose?
the
We
DM.
lost Michael and Alex.
We lost Michael. Oh, and Alex. Oh, heck. Technical difficulties. Please hold.
Oh,
Beep.
so I never intended Isabel to be a stalker.
Well.
I mean,
Yeah, here we are.
Oh,
you did
There
say
we
that
go.
she's dumb, so she probably doesn't realize she's stalking.
Yeah, no, she's got an adult 9. She doesn't know what she's doing.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh, there you
Yes.
go.
Yay!
Okay, perfect. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened on my end. It just went out. So yeah, so you
The
see
only
Jerome
thing
come.
that was he came up and then it went nothing.
Okay, so he came up from the
Start
back
over.
of the counter area through some stairs. You can tell, and he's like, "Yo, what's up, baby? I could help. What do you need? I could help you. You selling magic things? I'm selling magic things. My name's Jerome. Welcome to Jerome Magic and Things. My name's Jerome. My name is Jerome Weave Jumper. You know, everyone knows me. I'm the local magic man. How can I help you?" And what you see is like he's a older looking, darker human with dusky dark skin. He has like dreads that kind of come down to like this like past a little bit past shoulder length. He has like pink pimp's like mage clothing on. It's mage clothing. You can ascertain that it's legitimate like mage's clothing, but it has this like gaudy but eccentric kind of gold designs that are all over him, and he has like a bunch of rings on his hands. He's got like, you know, a big chain that you can tell has like a magical piece in the middle of it. Just a very vibrant gentleman that's in front of you.
Straight
right
pimpin'. Okay.
I mean, basically.
Do I know that he's a contact for the Scarfers? Is he a member? And do I know his title?
How
How would I covertly indicate him to him?
Are you? First of all,
without
are you
showing
wearing
him
your
the scarf?
Oh, I see.
Mine,
you know that
mine
he's
is
a contact that knows of the Scarfer. He is not part of the organization. He is in partnership or in cahoots or in like he knows he's a very powerful mage, and that being the case, he has a lot of knowledge about other things, organizations, and he has had dealings with the Society of White Scarfs.
do they have
and-
like a code phrase or anything like that they use with their contacts that I would know? Or is it just showing the scarf and that's the code?
Just showing the scarf is enough. And since you haven't really kind of made contact here in the city with the other Scarfers here in the city, you don't know that, and you don't know if there's like there are normally like some secret tells or sayings that you can use, but at the moment you don't have that because you haven't like done contact yet.
Sure. Okay. My scarf is not visible. It is actually sewn on the inside of my breastplate, so I have to actually physically pull it back to show it. So it's not like readily available. So I would walk in, and what sort of things? I wouldn't say anything immediately. I would just kind of like browse, or I would acknowledge him with like a nod, and then just kind of glance around and see what I see. What sort of things do I see on like the walls and the tables that he has for sale?
Yeah, he has like some staves, some magic wands. You see various other bracers. You see kind of like these crystal-looking orbs that look look normal, regular at the moment, but you can tell that they have some sort of magical attributes to them. You kind of perusing the store, being quiet. He's like, "Oh, you shot a quiet one. Okay, that's fine. Just let me know if you need something. You know, I always can make a sale. I could always, you know, you're a fresh face. I like that. You know, but if you got anything, let me know. I can hear if you call me. I'm just gonna be downstairs working on something. You know, I'm a businessman. It's a business, baby. I gotta keep on working. So I'll see you later. You know, just let me know, baby. I'll see you later." And he like goes back downstairs essentially. But you take.
I nod at him. I acknowledge him with like
before he goes down, he's like, "If you take something, I'll know it and I'll hunt you down. But you know, feel free to peruse. All right, see ya." And he like goes down, just disappears out.
Okay. Does he have any weaponry that might interest me, aka crossbows, anywhere in the shop?
No, not at the moment.
Sad about it. Okay. All right. I will go. How tall is the counter?
The counter is of normal like human height, so it's going to be like hip height, essentially. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. I will just knock on the counter Hello, excuse me. I'm sorry. Hang on. I'm sorry.
No worries.
My cat just crawled in my lap. I'll knock on the counter and be like, I'm ready.
Oh! You hear from downstairs. You rang, baby? Okay, all right. Give me 1 second. I gotta just finish this thing up real quick. I'll be right up there. All right, just hang on tight. After like a minute, he walks up, and then you can see him cast a prestidigitation spell on like his robes, like one way and then the other. He's just like casting prestidigitation and like wiping himself out. How can I help you? How can I help you? All right. Okay, how can I help you, babe? What's up?
And I'll grab the gun and put it up. Well, I will hold it out. I can't reach the counter. I will hold it out. I have a gun.
This looks nice. Where'd you get one of these? These things. This thing look shiny. Look great. Okay. All right.
It's in love.
What does it do? You know what it does? He's like checking it out.
I do know what it does, and I can't remember it because all I can remember is carnivorous starfish.
No worries. He's like,
I remember silver bullets. So.
Oh, okay. Let me help you out here. Let me help you out. Just give me 1 second, okay? Mm-hmm. So he does some hand gestures here or there, and there's like a lot of snapping of his wrists, like he's just trying to get the magic going. And then you see like this purple.
I look very impressed.
Oh, okay. He takes note.
Very impressed.
And then you see his eyes flash that pimp's pink. His eyes flash that color, and he starts scanning the weapon, and you see at the part where you see the carving of like the mermaid and all the other kind of like sailor motifs on the carving of the guns, those kind of light up with his pink energy. He's like, okay, yeah, I know what this does right here. So this thing's really cool, all right? And he like tilts the gun up. He's like, how do I look? Do I look great? You don't have to tell me. I know I look great. All right, so this gun right here, you get silver bullets for this thing. This thing will do, a little bit more damage. It'll push some more finkies back. It'll this is a really great item right here. You looking to sell? I might have someone who wants this.
Yeah, it's not really my style, and she kind of like leans so that he can see the crossbow on her back. I prefer, crossbow. I don't really. I'm a big firearms person. They're too loud.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I hear you. Let me test it out. Let me test it out a little bit. Can I test this out? If you're selling it, I gotta know it works.
Yeah.
All right, let me give it a whirl. And he like starts spinning the weapon here or there. He's like, I think I got a little silver little thing over here. I think I could load it. I think it'll work out. He loads the weapon. And he's like, all right. He said, all right, Alfred, stand over there. And he like snaps his wrists. And then you see this like little purple unseen servant like kind of pop up in the middle of his shop. He's like, yep, right there. And he just like, bah! He takes a huge shot. It like hits the unseen servant. The unseen servant like goes down. And you see like this like pulse of energy like push this unseen servant like 5 feet back and hit the door, and it dissipates from the effect of the bullet. He's like, okay, I like this item here. I could sell this. Let's see. I don't know you. I got a business to do. I'm a businessman. I got some money to make. I know you could appreciate that, baby. So, let me think here. Okay, I'll give you 200 gold pieces for this. And next time you come in the shop, if you need to buy something, I'll give you 10% off. But yeah, that's the offer I could give you. What's up? What do you think?
I'm gonna I'll show him the scarf now. I think we can do a
slow
little
down,
better.
babe. Oh, okay. My bad. I thought you were okay. It was one of those things. Okay, okay. I got you. All right. So
it's just we've never met before, so I kind of wanted to get a feel first. You know how it is.
Okay. Yeah, give me 1 second, and then he claps, and then you see like the door click and shut, and you see the windows kind of like close in with the pink curtain. He's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a little secrecy. I know that you guys like that, so you're good with me. Give you 300 gold pieces for this item. That's the best I can do. I love y'all. Y'all look out for me. Sometimes you guys give me items, I give you items. 300 gold pieces. Call it a day.
You got
and his
demeanor changes.
he stops putting his salesman kind of thing right up front.
Got
What
a
were you saying?
crossbow? I'm looking for
Crossbow.
like something like this, but more my style.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let me see. Let me think. I have some crossbows that are ready to be enchanted here. It shouldn't take me too long because they're small little crossbows. They
How
have
long
the
did it
etchings in
take?
them. Yeah, since the etchings are already there, I have like a few in stock. I got 3 in stock, so that'll take me a day. If you want to pick these up tomorrow, I could do that for you, lickety split, all that, you know.
Are they heavy crossbows?
Is that what you need?
I prefer a heavy crossbow.
What do you need? You need the bolts, right? The crossbow bolts. Is that what we're talking about? Or are we
I'd
talking
really
about
like
like
an
a
enchanted crossbow.
I can't do that for you. I don't have them in
Yeah.
stock. I can make one for you. It takes probably about.
What about if I give you mine?
Yeah,
How long
see,
would it take?
it hasn't been mastery crafted and etched. So, but I have
Okay.
bolts. I could give you bolts, which are a little bit more immediate. I give you those. I give you 3 of them,
Uh-huh.
and you just fire those off.
How about this? 300 gold for the gun. You tell me when you get an enchanted crossbow and you knock 20% off the price.
Let's do it. You want to shake on it?
How much would it cost without the discount?
Okay. I usually sell something like that for about 12 to 1400 gold pieces, depending who it is.
What if it's for a scarfer?
Yeah. So I'll knock off 20.
Yeah,
I'll
no.
knock off let me figure out the math on that. I'll get back to you on the math on that. I'm DMing right now, but yeah, he'll knock essentially 20% off of that.
Okay. I don't have that kind of cash right now. Here's the thing. What kind of problems you got?
Me, I got no problems. I love this town. This is my favorite town. I came up here, back 20
What kind of
years ago. He starts
problems?
Go ahead.
What kind of problems does the town have?
Well, I heard that that's being handled right now by another group of, adventurers. So right now we don't have some problems that we need other adventurers to take care of. So we're kind of good on that front. It's, this town doesn't get too nutty here.
Here's what we'll do. I need a contact here. I need someone here that can give me news about here. Right?
Perfect.
Great.
Give me a day, and I'll
How
get you that
can
contact.
No, I want you to be my contact.
What? No, that's not how this works. I'm not part of your organization. That's not how any of this works.
I didn't say anything about being a contact for the organization. I said I wanted a contact. This is a separate thing. Separate.
You want me to be a contact for you specifically.
You to be my contact. That's right. That's what I want.
Man, you can't afford me, okay? You can't afford me like that. The organization could kind of afford me like that, but you yourself, you can't afford me like that, man. You ain't getting me like that. That's how I get other people that ain't working on me, okay? That's not how this works.
All right.
I can get you that contact, like I said, through your organization. Listen, I know that guy. I know a guy.
You can't blame a girl for trying. It's fine. Okay, fine. 300 gold.
Respect.
20%. You let me know if you get a crossbow. I still want to know.
All right. Yeah, you'll be the first to know. I'll hit you up. Here, take my contact card right here. If we get another crossbow, something like that, this little thing will glow a little bit. It'll give you that little shine, that little shiny shine. That's what people love. That's why I started doing this. How people like that little shiny shine things. This thing says here, Jerome Magic of Things. That's me. And he slips it right. He slips it under your armor where your little scarfer thing is. He's like, keep that safe right there. I know how y'all can keep things safe. Okay, all right. So yeah, you just let me know. Come back here if you want to buy some more magical items. But I'll let that. You want me to get that contact for you? I'll still get that contact for you.
Who's your contact for the scarfers here? I still have to talk to them.
He's called the Professional.
Ooh.
I
Have
can't
I heard of
give
the
you his real
Professional?
name.
Do I know him? I
know
know
of the
how
Professional. You know of the Professional.
I know how it works.
Hey, I don't know. You look like
I know
I don't know. I don't know if you're new to the game. I don't know. You just showed me the scar. How am I supposed to know?
She'll hold out a hand to shake it
Okay. He shakes it with
And
you.
patience.
Okay, I like that. I like someone who can be patient.
That's me.
Anyway,
It's not my real name. That's the title. It's the patient. I go by Patience.
oh, I see. Okay, well, either way, the patience. Lovely to meet you.
Fine.
Patience.
Nice.
Lovely to meet you. Come back. Let other people know about this awesome place I got going on. So no the contact, or yes, you just wanted the name. Is that what you just wanted? That was it?
I can find him. I know the professional already.
Okay, cool. All right. But if he comes by, if he stops by, I'll let him know that someone's looking for him. That's fine.
Sure. Tell him.
All right, cool.
Tell him
All right.
Patience.
I'll let him know it's patience. All right, now.
Now,
All
did
right.
you put on the card the 20% so that I can show it to you next time? I'm not trying to get swindled, man, and I know that you're an honest businessman, but like,
give me back that card. Give me back that card
Sure,
real quick.
sure,
Let me do that real
sure.
quick.
thanks.
He like prestidigitates. He's like 20. He puts 20%, baby. Secret safe with me, and he passes it back to you.
She'll tuck it back in. Keep it safe.
All right. It looks like we got some sort of donation today, so I think
Ooh.
is $10 the whole the wild magic right now? It is.
I think so.
Then where do I roll that?
Oh boy, that's exciting.
In Jerome's Magic and Things is where we do this. So
I'm so excited.
Oh boy.
all right, I need this document. I forget where the document was. It has the wild magic. Oh no!
Mods, help us.
Find it. It'll be worth.
Yeah, if there's any mods in the chat, we can. We'll if anything, I'll keep progressing the story, and then we'll get back to Jerome and Patience, and that's where I'll say the wild magic happened, because that's probably the most appropriate place for wild magic.
For it.
So we'll get back there. So the last thing that I have written down here is that, so Aurora, you were street performing. Go ahead and make, since we're waiting on maybe this wild magic thing, go ahead and make a performance check. Go ahead.
Before we get to that, I just realized her hand axes are still gone, so she will need to go buy some more before she does that.
All right.
Actually, I think she might only have to buy one. I think Pick would have given her his hand axe.
Oh, here
because
we go.
he carries it around, but he can't use it. He just has one because his sisters gave him one. So he's just going to pass it off to, because he saw the hand axes get thrown. He actually meant to throw it over to her during the fight. So you have one hand axe.
Aw, thank you.
Did you want to still get that hand axe?
Yes, I will get another hand axe.
Oh man, I'm trying to make this roll real quick.
It's okay. You do you.
Oh man, here we
You
go,
do you.
folks. Roll on table name, column name. That's not what I want. I did the /T. What do you want from me? I swear, I'm
Pick
computer
does the
science.
hand axe have a name?
All right,
Pick.
when we get that figured out here, I will come back to it again. But I have the table, so we're at least at the table part. You're trying to go get a hand axe. Yeah, you find a pretty simple armory. There's quite a bit of armories here near your sign. It's since they pay tribute to Ronect and love iron and metal. It's kind of easy to find a nice kind of run of the mill armory. Let me see how much a hand axe costs. Handy dandy player notebook, player handbook.
Ooh.
That's that. So I'm like old school and new school here. It's kind of one of those DMs. Oh, that's the backgrounds after the backgrounds. Here we are. We're getting there. All right. So hand axe. So 5 gold pieces. Go and mark 5 gold pieces off of your thing. It's
Yay.
Do I do it one word? Oh, I see. It's one word. That's 10,000. I think I got it. D die. Oh, I think it's die 1000, not D.
You
I
got
think
it.
that's what it was.
You can do it.
That's not.
While you're figuring that out, Patience would have split up the gold from that chest that we found in the dates barrel, and I forgot to do that last time. So everybody needs to add 41 gold. Because she would have split it up while they were. She would have split it up while they were on the ship.
Go ahead and do that, and then you get the hand axes. How much did you want to get there, Zilvera, from the shop?
Just the one hand axe, but like a nice hand axe.
Yeah. It's 5 gold pieces, so that's easy enough.
Okay, cool. And then I'll like sort of look around, see if anything else catches my eye.
Okay. All right. Anything catches your eye at the time? At that armory shop? I mean, nothing really. It's a pretty standard shop at the moment. So.
Okay. Then I would leave to go find my street corner, and put on the laughing mask.
Okay. All right. Go and make a performance check, and then we will go from there. While I still figure out how to do this roll here.
13 for juggle.
Okay, yeah. So, being at the pier, and you see like a couple sailors like chuckle to themselves and see you kind of throwing some hand axes around. You get like 5 silver pieces from just throwing the whole hand axes around.
Nice.
This is so weird. Nope, still not working there. / commands required, optional, clear, all these things. I want to roll. All right, we'll figure that out. I'll come back to that. And then now we're going back to Pick. Pick, you're currently now with Ralnor. You said that you were kind of you were smoking, something herbal, whether that be nicotine or something different, or tobacco-esque or other thing-esque, and you were kind of making your plants grow. Ralnor's right there next to you. He's like, "Hey, what you got going? What do you got going there, man?"
Boy, just some herbs for the dinner, eh? Just gotta make sure we have fresh food all the time, eh? Otherwise, don't want anyone to get sick.
Yeah, I hear you. That's super.
He's just gonna see just one after the other, just little, as he uses his druid craft, and one after the other, little different herbs and spices just start popping up out of the dirt and blooming.
All right. Is this a thing that works? That's the 34. That doesn't help me. Anyway, so yeah, you go ahead and do that. I think Ralnor is essentially saying, "Hey, you wanna while you're doing this, this is fantastic, but there's a couple of friends me getting together near a place of one of my lovers out here. Do you want to come join us? You seem like a pretty cool guy. You wanna come hang out with us?"
Oh, I think I'd enjoy that, eh? Or give me a chance to top up on some friends, eh?
Yeah, it'd be cool, man. Oh, I did the roll. I think we got there. So now I'm gonna look up the dice thing. We'll get back to that.
Also, I think.
So I'm looking at the die 1, 2, 2, 6. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 6. Here we are. Michael's a real programmer still.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Oh, okay. I got the information. Oh, 1, 2, 2, 6, not 1, 1, 2, 6.
You also have to roll it twice because it's $5 per roll.
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, let me just hit it with the 2 time though.
Yeah.
Wow. Hit it for me one time. Hit it for me 2 times.
That's exactly what's going on here.
Oh no, I think we
All
lost
right.
Alex. Oh no, he's back. We're good.
I'm back.
So
Sorry.
I'll let the first one resolve and then the second one resolve. We'll do it that way. So, just like Magic the Gathering on the stack, just like computer science on the stack. Hey, we're learning something. Anyway,
Episode name on the stack.
stack. Hell yeah. My favorite things all coming together. So, you end up joining Ralnor. Ralnor takes you to like some house that has like some. It has some. What is the name of them? Eladrin. It has some Eladrin folks. It has some forest gnomes in there. It seems like a commune of like a big studio apartment space. And when you walk in there, there's like already like some sort of like herbal smell when you walk in. And there's like a couple of people all sitting in like a huge beanbag all together. Some of them just hanging out, some of them like cuddled into each other. It's like a hodgepodge of people. But that's essentially what you see. And then we'll get back, and that's what you see, Pick. We'll get back to Patience over here and what happened there. So the first thing that happened, and I don't know if this has to do with Jerome or you, but I guess it's Jerome. So you see Jerome kind of like look down in front of him in the glass case, and you see one of the spell books underneath the glass case under him start animating and moving. He's like, what the? This isn't supposed to happen like this. Okay.
I'm sure it happens to people all the time. It's nothing to be ashamed of.
Hold up. I need you to do something for me. Go ahead. Run towards the door. Open that door real quick, all right? Do it. Just do it. Don't ask me questions. Please go ahead and do that. Open that door.
She'll at a brisk walk, but she's not running. She'll open the door.
Okay, so like he ends up doing some sort of spell where he like levitates this book, and the book looks like the book essentially like has teeth and eyes, and it's like trying to chomp at him as he's like levitating
the
this.
Book of Monsters?
It's something of the sort, and it's like levitating and like animated. He's like, I don't. This stuff is supposed to happen. He ends up like throwing the book outside the front door, and as the door goes out, you see him like flicker 2 of his fingers out towards the book, and they kind of spiral. These 2 fireballs, kind of not fireballs, but fire bolts, end up spiraling and hitting the book and like setting the book on fire. And you just see like this huge. You see like a huge like flame hippo come outside of the book and then dissipate into ash, and it goes away. He's like, okay, that's the last time I put one of those books inside of that glass. I gotta remember to do that. I'm sorry. My life was in danger. Your life was in danger, but we're good now. I take care of things. And then now we have to resolve this other one. So this is from the $5 donation, that huge flame hippo. So that's great. No one died. Except for a huge, powerful caster. But we'll see what the next one does here. 2108. 2108. Oh no.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, so we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that here.
This does not sound promising, Michael.
One fear.
No. Y'all are good. So
Y'all are good.
So
the DM's not.
Are you done
Goodbye,
essentially
Jerome.
with Jerome at the moment, or are you still interacting with Jerome?
Yeah, I'm gonna sell him the gun for 300.
You got the card.
Sold him the gold. Got the card. Card's at 20%. Yes, I'm done here. I'm gonna head out and go to the professional.
So as you walk out, you see the alleyway that you kind of cased. That had the little small window. Before it was empty. Now you kind of see it looks like maybe some Agerstein tourism group. They're all kind of there. They're kind of all speaking a language you don't understand. But there's like a crowd of them in the middle of the street, kind of just talking, and like oohing and awing and look at various things and like writing things in their journal. And you see like 8 of this party like separated in the alleyway. They're all kind of stringed together, and it's just like 8 guys who are kind of just like peeing against the side of Jerome's place. They're just like peeing on the side of his shop at the moment. That's basically.
I like walk, I see it, and I do that thing where you like you're walking, you're like nope, and you just immediately turn around and go the other way. Like that's what I do. It's just like no.
Not dealing with that. Okay.
just peace out the other direction.
All right. So let's see here, folks. Pick. You are currently at some sort of very awesome, hippie, dippy commune, cool place, chill place. A lot of polyamory happening at that one venue that you're at with Ralnor.
Can I
Yes.
roll a perception check to see if there's anyone I recognize at this place?
No. All new faces.
Right. Okay.
Ralnor tells you that these are some folks that he met at the Smoldering Seder a couple of years back. So
Can we take
That's
a moment to
shitty.
appreciate how good the name The Smoldering Seder is. That's a place I want to go.
if that becomes a thing, like a D&D thing, and then an IRL thing, that'll be my life goal achieved. I'm done.
Check, I can die.
You die now. I can die a happy dungeon master. Smoldering
Right.
Seder. That's my namesake.
Smoldering
Anyway,
Seder.
so if there's anything else that you'd like to do this day, essentially you can either sleep at an inn, sleep at some venue that you're at, or go back to the ship and sleep at the under the below decks where you normally sleep at sea. So if there's anything else that everyone wants to do at this moment.
Well, Isabel would definitely like to go find Jade and buy her that drink.
Okay.
I was just gonna
Easy
say,
enough.
did Isabel stick around the whole time until Jade came back out of the shrine?
Yeah,
I believe so.
my plan was that
Oh,
Isabel went hunting for flowers, and she was going to make some matching flower crowns for the two of them and the cat.
Oh God!
Alrighty.
Yay!
So yeah, easy enough. You guys get a drink at the same venue that you were at before. I think it was something called like. I'm gonna have to look at my old
Blood and
notes,
Gold.
but
Yeah,
what I
have
right
gold,
now. Blood and Gold, perfect. Because Ronect is a place, is a blood god, and they're essentially paying tribute to him while being a sailor bar. So it's the Blood and Gold. You guys have a shot there. It's empty at the moment. It seems like most people are out to sea. You're one of the only ships kind of back at the moment, which isn't unnormal. It's kind of a busy time of the year. So not very poppin' at the moment, but easy enough to get a drink with both of you there at the bartender. Bartender's there. He's like, "Yeah, you're back for more. Okay, more of what you had last time."
Sure, yes. The fire whiskey. It was very good.
Yeah, we got a little bit more of that fire whiskey. Okay, I can. And he pours some fire whiskey. Here you go. One for me. You need one too. And he points at you, Isabel.
Yeah, I'll
Okay, how
take
about
one.
is your cat drinking too? Or do you want some milk? Whichever one. Or we got this wonderful Eggestein cream. We got this wonderful Eggestein cream. Has a little bit of whiskey in it. Has a little bit of milk. Has everything a growing cat needs.
I think just the regular milk, but thank you.
Okay, let me know. And he gives Sasha some milk. So you guys are able to get that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. You guys are at the bar, and then Patience. Were you trying to see Marcus?
Yep.
Okay, so you go to
I am.
Marcus's. Well,
Have I talked to him before, or do I just know of him?
You know of him. You don't know where his hideout is at the moment.
Right.
So
Do I know where to go for whichever, if there's a tavern or something that they regularly go to, or
No, you wouldn't kind of know this information until maybe Jerome kind of gets you in contact with Marcus or the professional. And you know him as Marcus, actually. You actually do know him as Marcus the professional.
Yeah. I dejectedly walk back to Jerome's, back in, and be like, I just realized I don't know where the professional is, so I do need you to get me in contact with him. Thanks. And then I just shut the door and leave again.
Okay. He's like,
I just walk in, say that, and walk out.
Yeah, he's like, does something smell like pee to you? I've been smelling pee for the past 10 minutes.
Yeah, there's like a whole tourist group along the side of your building here, and they're just like using your alley as a bathroom. It's really disgusting.
Shit, not again. Okay, all right. I'm gonna close up. Yeah. Get out of here. I need to take care of this.
Yeah. Put me in contact. I need. Yeah, I'll be back. It's fine. Crossbow. Don't forget.
Yeah. Crossbow. Got that. I gotta clear these people pissing on my place. So.
I can't help you with that unless you want me to murder 8 people right now.
No, you're good. I'll be fine.
Great.
So
cool. Have a good night, and then I shut the door and leave.
Alrighty.
I'll make my way towards the tavern too, and just hang out with them.
You do see Isabel and Jade there.
Yeah, I'll just pull up a chair next to Isabel and sit.
Alex, what would you like to do?
Let's see. I think Pick is going to probably stick around for a bit. But he's going to want to make sure his moonflower gets some moonlight, so he'll probably leave and end up staying on the ship for the night.
Okay, good to know. So yeah, your moonflower, it looks like it has a bud, but it hasn't quite opened yet. So it's doing things.
Excellent.
Zelrora, what would you like to do? You were juggling last time we left.
Yeah, so she's going to spend most of the day doing that, just moving to various street corners, listening in on any conversation just to see if anything piques her interest, but then just sort of entertaining for the most part. And eventually probably find her way back to the ship.
So you hear whisperings of... Weird. You do hear like whisperings of these adventurers talking to the Earl Uradani, who's in the district northeast of where you guys are at. But you hear whisperings of that. You hear whisperings of the Lord's some sort of Lord's figure that's kind of mixed up in that, but you don't know what exactly is going on. But just that's the whisperings you hear.
Okay. All right.
Alrighty.
So make our way back to the ship. Yeah.
All right. So you make your way back to the ship, and then the last 3 people we have who are still doing things are Isabel, Patience, and Jade, who are at the Blood and Gold. And what else would you guys like to do there? Or you folks? What would you folks like to do there?
Well, Jade will take as many drinks as she is offered.
Okay. So I believe, Isabel, you're paying for that. So if you're getting an amount that is going to get Jade turned, essentially, you'll probably end up paying like 8 silver pieces to do so.
I can do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna get up and walk to the bar, and I'm gonna slip a gold to the barkeep, and I'm gonna be like, "That table, their drinks don't stop."
So Isabel's getting drunk too.
And then I'm gonna leave and go back to the ship.
Okay. It's like,
that's it.
Before Patience leaves, did she sit next to Isabel at one point?
Yeah, I sat there for a little bit, and then I got up, walked to the bar, and then I left.
Did Alexei freeze? It looks like she's frozen.
Darling, no.
Nope.
Oh, okay, I'm back.
She's back.
It just froze for a second.
Yay.
They're back.
They're back.
So would it be possible for Jade to like say something to patients
Oh,
while
yeah.
she's sitting there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so she's probably already had at least like 1 or 2 drinks,
Mhm.
and she just kind of turns to look at the patient. Your name is Patience, right?
Yes.
Yes. Huh. I knew a tiefling by that name once.
Oh.
Very pretty.
Why was their name Patience?
I think it was her virtue name. She was very kind, but she died very young and left behind a lover. Don't die young, especially
I
not while
don't
you're in
plan
love.
to.
Good. Takes another
But-
shot, just like this is a completely normal conversation.
Okay.
And that
Yeah.
with that, she's gonna like awkwardly get up and walk up to the bar, slip the gold. Their drinks don't stop, and then leave. She's
Okay.
like, "This is awkward. I'm leaving now."
Good.
And go back to the ship. Climb up
Perfect.
in the crow's nest and like just lay there and just look at the stars instead before she passes out.
Sounds good.
And just be
Easy
like,
enough.
Alone time. Yeah.
Yep, you go ahead and pass that up there. And then Isabel and Jade, after a while of y'all being there, last call's kind of sang out by this one lady who's a bard. Kind of like a soft, mellow, kind of like, not depressing. It's like a jovial, depressing song if you can if you can kind of think about it. Just like, I forget what that, there's an actress who's kind of like makes these like very jovial, she plays a ukulele, but sometimes the songs can be like super depressing, but it's super cute. Essentially, a song like that.
Like that one Vine where the girl's singing, "Hey, how you doing? Well, I'm doing just fine. I lied. I'm dying inside."
Yeah, exactly. But it's more of a tune of Last Call. So, essentially, Last Call happens, and are you guys choosing to go back to the ship, or are you guys gonna like peruse around town?
Well, how drunk are we? Most important question.
Oh, that's a good question.
You're drunk enough to roll Constitution saving throws at this point.
Okay.
Alrighty. Saves.
Oof. Nice.
Double oof!
Nice.
Wow, we are trashed.
Y'all are both drunk
Nice.
enough
Wow.
to puke in the alleyway, but since you rolled above a 5, you're at least able to hold each other's hair. And probably feel like
Girl
you should.
time.
Oh Lord.
Classic female
Jade-
bonding.
Yeah.
Jade is just
And-
like, but it makes me feel alive. I don't like when I feel like this.
Isabella's just gonna pat her back and like pet her hair. Hey, it'll
Yeah.
pass. It'll pass.
There's enough of "you're so pretty" being passed back and forth between the throw up and the hair holding. So y'all get back to the ship eventually, and pass out for the night. Okay. Oh, what was it, Isabel? Did you say something?
No, I'm just laughing.
I was gonna say that Jade's compliments of like, "you're so pretty," are more like, "you have had a very wonderful life, and I think you will have many more adventures to come. You are quite attractive." And then stumbling back to the ship. "You have great things ahead of you, I am sure of it." Yeah. Yeah.
Can I
And-
listen out for when they get back just to lean over and look at how trash they are?
Yeah. Let's see. The
Perfect.
person with the lower modifier, Isabel. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw
Okie doke.
Oh
as you walk up the gangplank. It's the classic.
Oh no.
All right. So before you're able to get up the gangplank, you like splash into the water.
Oh no.
Do I
you're
see
able to,
that?
like, yeah, you do see that. You hear it and see it.
I scramble down.
Yeah.
Actually, is there a rope I can just grab and slide down?
Yeah, there's enough ropes around the quarterdeck to kind of throw a rope down if you want to.
Oh, I'm in the crow's nest, so I have to like grab a rope and slide down first, and then grab another rope.
Oh, absolutely. Make an acrobatic check. The check won't be very high.
Jade is on her knees trying to like reach out a hand for Isabel.
Aww.
Good enough. So yeah, patience. You're able to slide down the mast, one of the ropes that go to the crow's nest and meet up with them at the quarterdeck.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna push Jade out of the way and jump into the water with another rope.
Like push her onto the ship, right, and not over the side.
Away from the edge. Okay. Literally pushing her away from the
edge. And let's see, you're a tiefling ranger. Okay, so I do need a athletics roll out of you, Patience. Also not a very high check, but she is bigger than you.
It's water. Oh, 17.
Good enough. So yeah, you're able to use some sort of. Yep, you're able to use some sort of leverage with like something that's on the ship. You kind of tie it off to that part, and then you see Mama Boats essentially grabs you from behind the waist and helps you pull the rope, and then pulls both the rope and gets Isabel back on the ship.
Is she like breathing? Is she fine?
Yes, she's fine. She's fine.
Great.
Isabel just reaching up and she's cupping Patience's cheek. I love you. I love you so much.
This is when Mama Boats is like, "Hoy, get her back into her bunk. Get her sleeping. Get her into her hammock, okay? And I'll talk to you tomorrow, Isabel. This is the one thing you have to learn as a sailor. If you're getting drunk on the pier, the most important thing is to get on the quarterdeck, in a straight line. You could be drunk the whole way, but that one part you have to focus. You don't focus, you fall in the water. I had this one nephew as she
goes into the story, I just pick her up and walk away. We're done here.
Jade is probably following after, like, you're all wet. I'm sorry. I'll follow you to make sure you're all right.
Okay.
I will put her to bed, and then I will leave so that Jade can do whatever she's gonna do. As long as she's like not drowning, it's fine. I don't say anything, but I do that.
Jade is just very sloppily kind of tucks her in and then falls asleep on the floor next to Isabel because she's too tired to go find her hammock.
So, you sleep right next to Sasha then, if you're sleeping next to Isabel. So
warm and fuzzy. Very great for drunk cuddles.
So next morning comes.
Dear.
Next morning comes everyone finding sleep. Ralnor took the watch last night, and as well as Aine. The next day comes up, and you hear the bosun's pipe from Jamero. And he's like, Jamero's like, okay, everybody muster up, everyone, muster up. It's early morning, we have to go see Decus. We have to go see our boss. Everyone get up. So you kind of hear the bosun pipe go off, the loud shrill of the bosun pipe. And you guys get all mustered up, and he's like, okay, I need everyone to follow me. We're going to go over to Arcane River and get our next briefing. Decus Koof told us to meet up with him, and so let's go ahead and do that. Is there anything that any of you would like to do before you go to the meeting at Arcane River?
Jade needs to brush all the cat hair off herself.
True story. Speaking of cat.
Isabel is going to find a barrel of water and just dunk her head in it as best as she can with one funky horn.
Okay. You go ahead and do that. Easy enough on one of the water barrels you have on the ship before you head off. So everyone gets themselves together, and all of you go to Arcane River, and so most of you folks have been there. All of you have been there. This is where you got your assignment to LSS Jumper. All of you sit down on the bench. Well, they have like essentially benches there, and you see Dekus Koof in front of you, who's kind of pacing back and forth, and he is a brown Aarakocra with like a black beak, and he's standing and walking back and forth with his hands behind his back, kind of in a fashion like this, and just walking back and forth. He's like, "Okay, so we have a new mission for you. There has been a strange disappearance of a couple ships in this one area to the south. We need you to investigate it. A couple of you are Lacragia ships have gone missing, and we haven't been able to spot them in a while. And we need you to essentially explore this territory, this section of the sea where we think we may have lost two of our Lacragia naval ships. I need you to report back to me essentially what happened, and if anything funky is to happen to any of you, then I need you to report to me. Here, Jamero, please take this orb of communication from me. This will help you communicate with me out in open sea, back to me if you need be. And he presents this kind of orb that has an anchor in the middle of it. It just looks like an ornamental anchor in the middle of this crystal orb. And he passes it over to Jamero. Jamero's like, "Okay, yeah, it'll be an honor to go on this mission for you. Let's see here. Do any of the crew, have any questions for Dekus here?" And Dekus speaks up. He's like, "Well, do you have any questions, crew, the LSS Jumper?"
Exactly how many ships have disappeared? Do you have, like, a list? Is there any other information?
Yes, from the ships that have gone missing, one is the LSS Green Pine, and the other one is the LSS Brass Tortoise. Those
Alright,
are the
so
two ships that have gone missing.
All right, and what kind of work were they doing?
They were just doing the standard shipping. One was shipping, and one was just on a normal patrol. Like I've said before, the Lacragia Navy is just a peacekeeping force. We just patrol back and forth. We don't engage much in many things. That's where we like to hire private contractors as yourselves to kind of do things that require a little bit more forward action.
Do I believe him?
Yeah, roll. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
That's a big old 3.
Oh.
I mean,
Of course
Ooh.
I believe him.
yeah. I mean, and you kind of get distracted by his uniform. The uniform that he's wearing is, although he's a brown Aarakocra, it's kind of offset from the light blue kind of button-up naval uniform button-up that he's wearing. That is kind of cut off at the, it's a button-up but has a cutoff right here. And he has a whole bunch of medals on his chest, and you kind of get, distracted. And you're like, of course he's a trustable person. Look at all the medals he's wearing. He must be trustworthy. So you feel like he's telling the truth.
Sounds good. Any other information we should know about?
Well, be careful. Once you have something to report to me, please use the communication orb I have given you. That way, we can maintain some sort of communication. Should something happen to you, we have lost, like I said, 2 ships there, so I feel like this is probably the best sort of insurance that we can give you.
All right, sounds good.
Well, anyone? Any more questions for me?
How are the ships disappearing? How can a whole ship just vanish?
Well, that's the question that we would like to know too. On their patrol logs at back in Steel Beach and La Craja, they were reported to. One ship was reported to be back in 4 days, and the other ship was supposed to report back, like I said, in 4 days. And the other one, the brass tortoise was supposed to report 2 days ago and hasn't reported as well. So that's how we know they went missing. And some of our other ships that are out there are supposed to make contact with them for resupply or just to take note of all the other naval ships that are out there, and they have not reported any sightings of them as well.
So they were
I believe we lost track of them in a certain section of the sea, and that's essentially we don't want to send any more ships into that area and lose any more of our sailors. So this is where you come in, and that's why we're sending you.
This sounds rather dangerous. Is there a high pay?
Yes, there's going to be pay. In fact, let me pay you for the last mission that you came back from. And
That's very appreciated.
of course, he goes behind this little pew that's there. Not pew, rather. It's a little, I forget what you call it. It's a stand. But he hasn't actually podium. Yeah, he goes under the podium and grabs this little small chest and hands it off to Jamero, and Jamero takes it. He says, "Okay, I'll split this up with the crew and get back to the ship." He's like, "Yes, I thank you for your efforts. I appreciate the hard work that you've done. We took back the 2 prisoners that you brought back, and we're currently interrogating them. We appreciate your work. It was very good work. I also got from the reports that you were able to brave a pretty bad storm there."
I look at Jade, but don't say anything.
Yes, we braved it, though it did not leave us unscathed.
Well, you look like you just came out of a storm yourself there, Jade.
Sorry, I did not sleep very well last night.
Well, you need to get your
I
rest.
smirk.
I don't know what's going to be.
I will be fine.
that-
I will be fine. It is no concern of yours. Thank you.
Well, it is a concern of mine. You are part of this company, and I wish you well.
Yes, I am part of the company, and therefore it is the company's concern whether or not I am well. And I say I am well enough to fight and to serve you.
Very well, Jade. No worries. I will let Jamero handle things. I know that you can take care of yourself, Jade.
Thank you, sir.
Well, I am open to more questions. Should you need some questions answered still?
Well, has this place ever had a history of trouble before? Or is this something new that just started here?
Well, it seems to be new, and that's why it seems so curious. Normally ships don't disappear like that.
Well, someone's gotta have intent behind it then, eh? We'll find them hosers.
Well, I appreciate that, Pick. I know that you and the crew of the LSS Jumper can definitely go and find whoever and whatever who's doing this, or whatever is doing this. I believe in you all.
That is appreciated, sir.
Well,
Right,
if that's
I think
That's
that's
all
Then
that
it's
you
time
have.
for us to get going.
yes, all right. Well, I look forward to seeing you once more. Good luck, fair winds, and following seas. LSS Jumper, make sure that you stay in communication with me. I will be around to listen. If not, I have a colleague who will be present whenever you sent us a message.
As we walk out, I'm gonna like take some time and like pretend to fix like my crossbow or something so that I'm the last one to leave. And as like right before I leave, I go, "Your shoe's untied," and then I walk out. 'Cause he's in Arizona, so he doesn't wear shoes.
What the? Hey, okay.
I'm gone.
Please get out of here. Quit lollygagging. Get out of here. Get to your job. Okay, hurry up. Such a joke. Oh. And you just hear him get one. And you hear him like, why did they ever give me this duty station? Just have to work with these crazy. And then you just hear him like storm off back into.
Can I catch up with Jamero on the way out and be like, "When do we leave?"
Jamero says, we should be leaving. We should be leaving as soon as possible, but
That's not what I asked.
Probably-
I said, "When are we leaving?"
before sundown, at least an hour or two before sundown, so we can navigate through the pier safely.
Do I have time to run an errand?
I believe so. It's still about 9 a.m., so
Great, and I leave. I walk away and I go to Jerome's to see if he's got my contact information.
okay. So you go to Jerome's.
Yep.
Jerome is there. He's like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Yeah, contact. Yep. The professional. You could find him here. He kind of does he has a blank paper, and he kind of presidentates, kind of like the Marauders map. He kind of just highlights what you need to know on a blank piece of paper with the right perspective. But it kind of, as his hand kind of goes away from the areas that he's been projecting to, the ink kind of goes away. It's kind of just the spell casting-esque of ink, but it lets you know the general area where to find him. He's up.
Great.
He's up north of the location that you're at now. He's in a different district. So he's in the district north of where you are currently.
I will make my way there, and then if you want to see if other people want to do things, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. Does anyone else want to do anything before the crew takes off again?
I'm just gonna do the same thing I did yesterday and go around on street corners and listen in on conversations and do entertaining and juggling. But this time, I want to specifically keep my ears open for any mention of the Laughing Rogue or any variant of that.
Okay. Make a. I'm gonna say this is an insight check. Let me think. Yeah, it's gonna be an insight check because you're kind of listening to people as they're passing by. It's not so much a perception. You're kind of listening for keywords here, so you're trying to pick out things as people are talking.
Big money, no whammies. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Good job.
So, with that insight check, you do hear someone mentioning something about a rogue telling jokes, but not necessarily like a laughing rogue.
Okay. Is there anything else? Like, is this just like a brief mention of something, or is there like any other information around this?
They kind of mentioned that this rogue who's telling jokes might have like some sort of gig or like a stand-up segment happening at the Blood and Gold 3 days from now, but that's what you hear.
Okay.
To you, this is like relevant enough information to probably seek out at some point.
Okay.
Alrighty. Anyone else before everyone ships off?
Pick is actually going to follow Patience, and at a bit of a distance. And when Patience comes out, he's not going to follow her into the shop. But once she comes out of the shop, he's just going to be standing in front, making the bushes bloom different colored flowers.
Okay, so you're making flowers bloom in front of Jerome's place. He has a couple planners, so that's easy enough. Patience, as you head out of Jerome's Magic and Things, you do see Pick like making things bloom, and oddly enough, you smell like an overpowering amount of like lavender and pine around the corner of where you saw those people who end up urinating. You hear that Jerome fix something over there.
I just
But you do see
stare at him.
Pick there.
What you up to, eh?
Shopping.
Anything good, eh?
Not really. They don't have any crossbows here.
Oh, no, that's no good. You need any help, you let me know, eh?
You find a magical crossbow, you let me know.
Oh, I'll get right on that then, there, eh? And she's gonna go back to making flowers just bloom.
She's gonna lean over and sniff and be like, "Did you do that? Or was that him?"
That weren't me. These are there ain't nothing lavender here.
Okay. Just tell him to get a new scent. It's not a great one.
You don't mind if I follow you some more, do you,
Kinda. I have some other business to attend to that's a little bit more private.
Alright. Well, I'll head back to the ship then. I hope you have a good day then. And he's just gonna turn and walk away. Just wander away back to the ship.
Feel kind of bad. Oh well. I turn and go to Marcus's.
I'm going to Marcus's.
And I will make sure that no one is following me, actually.
Make a perception check very quickly.
Okay. Oh, well, if I can click on Fantasy Grounds, that'd be great. Dirty 20.
Okay.
Nice.
That is a really good check. So as you're walking your way towards Marcus the professional's place, you do notice a tail kind of following you at a certain intersection. This person seemed to have like kind of turned the corner. You were walking straight through this intersection, and this other individual kind of had a tell that had you make them while you went straight. They took a right after noticing you, and it seems like they are following you at the moment.
What do they look like?
At the moment, they kind of.
Do they look like nonchalant, or do they look like they're like? Do they have like a hood up, or can I see their features?
It's hard to kind of make the features at the moment. Okay. The person is kind of wearing a something of like a cloth, like almost like a cloth beanie of sorts. You do see like a big kind of wolf-like cloak that's on, and he has the neck part up. And it seems that the way that this person's moving in and out of the crowd is kind of hard to make out the whole figure.
How far behind me is he?
Probably about 35, 40 feet.
35, 40 feet? Okay. Is there any sort of... I'm 2'8". Is there... if I slightly quicken my pace, number one, do I notice him also speed up? And number two, is there anything I can just duck into and press myself against to lose him? You know, like duck into in between.
Make a perception check to see if you can find a thing to kind of duck into.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 7.
Okay, so you duck into someplace. You see the figure walk past, not being able to make out his features because the cloak is up. And then after a moment, the person kind of walks past your field of vision of the alleyway, and then you see the person walking.
Hand crossbow.
Yeah, as you do
So
that,
I have it in my hand.
you see that same person move backwards, kind of walk backwards, and then slowly turn towards you.
If he gets in front of me, I'm gonna put my hand crossbow on his femoral artery in his thigh.
Okay. Right when you do that, he basically goes into. Hey, patience.
I'm not gonna pull the trigger. God damn it, Marcus.
And he bats the crossbow off his leg.
Yeah, no. As soon as he says my name, I'm just gonna put it away.
I had to see what you were made of. I had to see if you had the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. They already gave me the test.
Hey, you're from a different place, a different district. You're from a different city. I know how they train people out there.
Well, do you want to go somewhere not here
Obviously.
to talk?
I knew you were heading to my place, so go ahead and follow me. I just had to see. Marcus told me, and I just had to see what you're made of. He ends up taking you to a couple 10 minutes later. He takes you to his place. Essentially, there's like a fire. It's like a fire exit off the side of a building, but he ends up taking it as a route to his place. It's third story up. He ends up going inside of it. And you follow suit. You do need to make an acrobatics check, as it is your first time going up into Marcus's place. And it does take a little bit of finesse to get up there, purposefully.
13.
It takes a bit of finesse. Easy enough. As you were looking how Marcus did it, you were able to get up the same way. When you go into his room, in his room in his apartment, you do see kind of a couple shades and stuff covered and closed. You see a couple of things on the wall that are covered with big, heavy parchment and kind of tacked down.
I presume I'm used to that sort of appearance of things being held close to the chest, so it's not really scary.
He has a table out there, and he pulls out a little small thing of a small bottle of whiskey, sets 2 glasses out, and he pours one for you, pours one for him. So, Patience, what do you need?
Doing the normal. Just going about my normal life, but checking in and seeing if you need any help with anything.
I don't know if you heard of a group of adventurers who came into town, but basically working with them.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably need eyes and ears in different places. I'm the one in charge of this city for the Scarfers here. So I'm already in business with these adventurers. We're trying to seek out these people called the Lord of the Apocalypse, but we have it mostly under control. So.
Okay. Well, I'm here if you need any backup or anything. I'll be in and out of town. I'm on this LSS jumper ship with a friend of mine. She's got a thing for this other girl on the ship, and I'm just tagging along.
No, always keep your ears and eyes open. They're actually not called the Lords of the Apocalypse. Let me look at my documents. Let me see here. What is it? All right, I'm gonna need some help from Lindsey here. Do you remember what the Lords were called again? Apologies.
God, no.
Okay.
We'll just say
there were 8 of them
for now, and we'll fix it.
I know there were 8 of them, right?
There were 8 of them. No. This was.
Oh, it was Lords of 8, right?
No. This was your storyline. The ones you guys took care of. Anyway, it's here. There.
Yeah, I thought it was like Lords of 8 or some.
Nope.
Ignore me. I didn't take notes.
We'll get back to that storyline. But I'll read that.
We'll pretend
that
it's
on.
That. We'll fix it later.
There's essentially a crime. There's a crime syndicate that's working at Agerstein that Marcus has under control. Another group of adventurers has under control. Yordani is in the know. Who's a Jarl there, and things are kind of being sought out and handled at the moment.
Great.
Wait, do you mean the Path of the Crystal Gods?
That one.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
So yeah, he tells you of an organization called the Path of the Crystal Gods, and but he says, you know, they're known for human trafficking. They're known for all sorts of craziness. They have like these brothels here in Agerstein, but at the moment, there are a set of adventurers who are kind of intervening and doing everything that needs to be done. And he just needs you, as a lower recruit of the Scarfers, he kind of just needs you to keep your eyes and ears open for maybe other things that might pop up at the moment. And he says, like, you know, once this thing pans over, I might have another assignment for you. But at the moment, it's good to know that we have another Scarfer in town. We always need another eyes and ears out here. Let me see. I might have something for you when you come back. Something to help you out. Now that I know you're kind of part of this area, so.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Do you want me to report to headquarters that you're going to be assigned here for a little bit?
Yeah,
that way I can kind of.
I'll be in and out.
All right. That way I can kind of keep tabs on you. Report back to the organization. They could maybe this is better for you because maybe I can get you some more stuff to help you out. So.
Sure. I've got Jerome keeping an eye out for a nice crossbow for me because, I mean, I assume you know the story. So.
Yeah,
Don't they tell you guys about everybody's trial, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard of yours. Yours was impressive.
Thanks.
But yeah,
nice
more
shot.
of a bow and arrow man myself.
That's fair.
So anyway, come back. Check me out later when you come back. I might have something for you.
Great. Could you actually do me a favor too?
Yeah. What is it?
Will you chat with my direct superiors and get my file and then check on the status of my hometown and my personal target?
I haven't heard of that when it comes to your story from what I've told, but I'll look into it. I'll talk to headquarters. That's easy enough.
They have all the information. That's not exactly widely known.
All right.
I just want a status report, just to see how.
And you have your scarf still, right? Just checking in here.
She'll like pull the thing away, and it's like sewn into the chest piece.
It's a good place to keep it. Make sure you keep that handy on you all times, because the minute you don't have that, is the times where I get worried. So
I always have it.
Well, I have mine too. And you see, he has his more. His scarf is actually around his neck, underneath the clothing that he has. So it's a little bit more easy access for himself, but
yeah,
seems like he's more comfortable wearing it and has like enough swagger about him to kind of like keep himself safe and maneuver around things like that. So
yeah, okay. Well, I'll like make my way back towards the entryway. Be like, okay, well, you know, if you know anything or you need me for anything, you know where to find me. I'll be on the docks. We're on the LSS Jumper, so
Jumper. All right. And you're with Arcane River, what I heard? All right, good to know. All right, well, head on out. I'll have some for you next time you come on by.
Sure. And
all right.
And then I will also make sure that nobody is tailing me on the way back.
Okay, yeah, easy enough. No one is tailing you. Just by design, Marcus tells you which ways to kind of exfil out of his place to lose a tail if you even acquired one. Kind of like part of the trade craft, part of knowing. Easy enough. So everyone, go ahead.
Can I say I asked him for the phrase that they use in this town?
Yeah, they go by the phrase teacups.
Teacups, okay. Thank you. Okay, now I'll go back to the ship.
All right, cool. So everyone gets back to the ship. Boat Mama's like waiting for you. You're the last person to get back on the ship. As it's now almost time. Your conversation with Marcus the Professional was kind of lengthy. Everyone gets back to the ship. I need everyone to make rolls for athletics to see if you guys pass the the ship. What do I call it?
Leaving the dock?
Well, it's leaving the dock. Ship operation. It's a general ship operation.
I roll again. I always roll low on the one that's a -1.
So 2, 7, 7.
Hey.
Oh
no,
shit, natural 20.
Nice.
Hey, making up for all that failure last week.
There's an 18 plus 2. That's dirty 20.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, good enough. I have an easier way. So ship operation went great. So Jade, you lose the bardic inspiration. It passes to somebody else. So one of the four that's
Didn't
here.
really need it.
It's totally fine. This is just how we're doing this. So
Yep.
anyone else who's here, the four of you can choose who that goes to. And then let's see. You guys are now going to go underway. The typical Inez communicating to Jamero how to safely maneuver out of the docks as you guys get back to open sea. It's going to take about 4 days to get to the destination of where supposedly the other ships disappeared.
Okay. I don't really have anything specific I need to do or want to do.
Okay.
Just hanging out. I'll be up in the crow's nest a lot.
All right. Anything else for the rest of the crew?
No. Actually, at some point, if Pick is ever hanging out and like smoking or anything, I'll just go sit with him. I'm not gonna say anything, but like if he's sitting there, I'll just like take the cigarette and smoke with him. I'll just like reach out and grab it and just hope that he doesn't stop me.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't say anything. I think they would just chill and just quietly just watch the water or something.
Yeah. Comfortable silence.
Yes, he's very comfortable with silence.
Cool. So 3 to 4 days out, if everyone else is kind of not doing anything and just hanging about the ship and doing normal ship maintenance and things of the sort.
Jade is taking very good care of those guns.
Yes, of Lilac and Autumn, right?
Yep. She's quite fond of them now and wants them to be shiny all the time.
So you borrow kind of the cleaning gear stuff from Little Bird, and as you're cleaning the cannons, Latrell ends up out there with you, and Latrell is basically like, I appreciate, he goes, I appreciate you taking care of those cannons, mean a lot to me. Yeah, so since you should know the story about the cannons here, baby guns. Like I said, I used to be a bard that went from, continent to continent, tavern to tavern, and I found this one Eladrin lady, and she when I first met her, she was more lavender looking, kind of like, I guess they call it springtime or something like that, and things were great.
Spring, yes.
And then, well, at some point she also went and turned autumn, and that was nice too, but eventually she said she had to go and leave, and I'll tell you more about that, but just wanted to let you know that why these things meant so much to me. It was someone who I fell in love with, and they're not around anymore, I think.
Well, that is a very nice story. Thank you for sharing that with me. I can tell memories are very strong for you.
Yeah, I'll tell you more about that at some point here. And then
like that.
Whoever's at the bird's nest about 3 or 4 days in, you see Jamero steering the helm at the moment, and Ine is there as well. You have Little Bird out there at the crow's nest with you, and you guys are going into a more foggy area. It's kind of early morning on the third day, and sometimes like fog or mist it's not very normal in the middle of the ocean, but you folks are headed towards the kind of area of where these ships have gone missing. And as you get into the fog that goes deeper and deeper and deeper and more dense, eventually the fog kind of clears out, and who is on the top decks currently?
I'd be in the crow's nest with Little Bird.
Okay.
I would probably
Be on the
Isabel,
quarterdeck.
somewhere.
Okay. So I want you three. I'll have Isabel, Patience, and Zelrora. I'll have, since you first three responded, go ahead and make perception checks. Pick, you're currently in the galley with Ralnor, and then Jade, we'll just say you're maintaining stuff below decks.
That's a natural one. 3.
Guys,
Okay.
we're doing great. We're doing great, guys.
Here-
So foggy.
You hear, like,
I can
you
see
hear-
fog.
You can see fog. However, the fog does break, and eventually, but not before you hear like this rushing water. You hear tons of rushing water, and it sounds weird. You're out in middle ocean. It sounds like you're approaching or nearing a waterfall, which doesn't sound normal. As you break through the fog and you look out, you still see open sky, but the open sky seems to be further below the horizon line than that's normal. In fact, about 200 feet away from you, it looks like the earth just drops off and falls off. It just looks like it literally just cuts off, and it's a 90-degree angle of water rushing down.
I will lean over the crow's nest and yell at who's on the helm again?
Tamara.
I'm gonna lean over and be like, "Come about! There's a waterfall!"
Little Bird hears you, and she's like, "Come about! There's a waterfall!" And she says that as well. So, like, there's more people saying it as she's like kind of taking command of repeating
like as
command.
loud as I can.
Yeah, and Little Bird repeats this as a Kenku as well, as loud as she can. And so you hear Jamero basically saying, "I'm turning right, hard degree rudder," and he like turns the wheel right as hard as he can. I need everyone to make acrobatics checks for me, please. And this rushing water is essentially pushing the ship towards the direction of like this empty vastness of like, it looks like the water's just falling off the face of the earth.
11. I got 13.
13. Let's see here.
14.
We have acrobatics 14,
Sorry.
acrobatics 8.
Are we all doing acrobatics rolls? Sorry.
Yes, we are. The whole,
Okay, I missed.
The whole 18,
All right.
14, 8.
I can see Pick just in the kitchen, just like one hand on a cupboard, the other hand holding a pot, one foot holding a stove closed.
A
Just
9.
So the rudder is turned hard right, and for people who didn't make their save, you're going to take 1d4 points of damage, whether slamming into like another part of the ship or something coming off loose and kind of bumbling around and hitting you. We'll do.
I'm guessing Jade did not make it with a 9.
No, it's Pick and
Only
Jade.
1 point.
Yeah, both of you take 1 point of damage as you guys are slammed into a bulkhead of a ship, or a pot. In your case, like a pot comes down and hits you in the face, Pick.
Oh.
As that happens, the ship doesn't seem to. And you. Let's see. People who are above decks, which is Aurora, Isabel, well now. Patience, you're up in the crow's nest, so I need Isabel and Aurora. I need you to make athletics checks to pull down the mast as fast as possible, essentially.
Can I, while they're doing that, is there a rope in the crow's nest, like down on the floor or something I can grab and tie myself to the boat, to the ship?
Yeah, make a survival check to do so.
Okay.
Okay, athletics. So you folks are able to go full mast, and the ship doesn't seem to be pulling away from this like fall off of the earth of like rushing water. As this is happening, you guys are getting closer and closer, and the ship is unable to, even with all that power and all that wind kind of rushing forward to get you guys away from this like rushing waterfall that's going off the end of the earth. You eventually just feel the ship tip over, and you feel like that sinking feeling of your stomach as gravity feels like it's pulling you going backwards. And you see like Isabel, or no, Patience at the top of the
I'm grabbing.
Yeah,
you see grabbing like little bird.
You see this fall off of the earth and water rushing down, and just like endless sky and water as the ship is tilting backwards and going overboard. All of you feel the butterflies kick up in your stomach, and just like it feels like a weird transition as the ship is starting to go. You hear everyone in the crew go, oh, and everyone is starting to free fall. The ship, however, you feel this free fall happening, gravity pulling you faster and faster into nothingness. You don't even get it. Like there's rushing water, it's going down further than you can see, and sky further down than you can see as the ship is going backwards, and it's going at a very fast velocity going down. And at some point, all of your equilibrium and balance kind of shifts upright all of a sudden, and the ship is going very fast in a backwards direction. It feels like everything's horizontal again as you guys go slamming into like a horizontal movement now that your whole body feels, and you're rushing, and you feel like the ship is starting to list a little bit, like funkily, like almost turning end over end, and you see Jamero, he's going to make a roll to see if he can steady the ship to not have it capsize. Yeah.
So are we still at the top of this waterfall? Or do we fall over it?
You fell off over it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's as if there's a 90-degree angle and your ship kind of went off of it, and then however, in the transition of it falling over, it kind of righted itself, and you feel like you're back at equilibrium. Like you just fell off the face of the earth.
Gravity has shifted and we are now sideways, but sideways feels right for us.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
So now that all transition, all the butterflies in your stomach kind of get shaken up, and it goes upright again. You feel that you're back upright, and you see this huge waterfall wake happen as Jamero turns a rudder hard degree left, and it basically like sends the ship into like a drifting pattern. You see all this water, kind of like if you've been to a water park and you see like a huge water like wake come up and like splash up. You see all that water, like a sheet of water, go up, well up, and then splash down, and your ship kind of bobbles a bit. Like if you've ever seen a tiny ship in a bathtub, how it just like kind of bounces around after a huge wake, and it outrights itself again. I need everyone to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh, lordy.
I may have done something that may affect this.
Okay, what is it?
As the
dirty
ship
20.
was beginning
Hallelujah.
to fall, Hick wild-shaped himself into a spider and stuck himself onto the roof as everything was falling.
Okay, yeah, so you don't have to make the Constitution saving throw then. 20, 12, 18, 18, 16.
Yeah.
Isabel, once everything rights up back again, and you feel like the butterflies have stopped, you kind of grab onto the side of the ship and end up throwing up over the side, just like being rocked in your equilibrium, kind of shifting back and forth. Jade, you're not feeling great as well. You have a no, your hangovers are gone. It's been 3 days, so you're good. But
Yeah.
Isabel, you feel wonky and wobbly. Let's just say dexterity saving throws are at disadvantage until you get a long rest. Your equilibrium is just like basically you're out of whack. If you've ever been seasick or something like that in real life, it's essentially like a state of like perpetual seasickness, and you don't feel like which way is gravity? Is it up, left, to the side? You're just kind of wonked out right now.
Yeah, Carsick. Oof.
Did I keep a hold of Little Bird?
Little Bird is with you. Everyone, so
Okay.
at that moment where the ship kind of balances out, you see Jamero hand over the bosun pipe over to Dwarthik, and you hear Dwarthik hit the bosun's pipe. He makes the loud shrill. He's like, Hey, everybody, that shit was crazy. Hey, everyone must up. We need to make sure everyone's here. We have everyone who went overboard. We make sure there's no man overboard. Hey, so everyone muster up. Get to the core deck. We need numbers right now. That shit was crazy. I got a new C-store. Oh my god. Hey, okay. Hey, get over here. So essentially, he's trying to get everyone to muster up on the quarter deck to make sure that no one fell overboard.
Okay. Are we like stationary, facing downwards, like vertically facing downwards, or are we moving with this waterfall? Just not at a alarming.
The waterfall is now like as it was rushing water. The rushing water stopped. You went back to horizontal. Okay. And that huge wake of water like splashed up, and then you now are like standing still, wobbling around, and it seems like there's air that's kind of in a normal area that's pushing the mast softly. It seems like things have calmed down. The seas aren't like a waterfall anymore. It's like normal waves, and you guys are sitting there. After you get mustered.
We'll climb down.
All the numbers are there. No one went overboard. Boatman was like, okay, I don't know what's happening. Hey, I need Jade. Hey, listen up. No time for that.
Yes.
No time for that. You need to go drop the anchor right now, okay? We need to get established here. We need to figure out what's happening.
Yeah,
so,
time for what? Sorry. Anchor, yes. Jade will run over and just pick up the anchor and toss it.
Yeah, make athletics. Normally that's not how you do that, but I'll allow it.
She's been paying attention to the guns the whole time.
Constitution check. Oh wait. Oh, I did a check on the save.
Yes.
Hold on. I messed up. It was a save.
11.
Well, just add your Constitution modifier to that. To the 5 that
I don't have a Constitution modifier.
Oh, then it's just a straight 5.
Are you proficient in con
so
saves,
5?
though?
No. Wait.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so you end up throwing over the side of the board, and you're also your acrobatics checks are also at disadvantage. Or not acrobatics. Dexterity saving throws and acrobatics rather. So the things that require like any sort of finesse are at disadvantage. Because your equilibrium's kind of shooketh.
Okay. So Dex is at disadvantage. Okay.
Yeah.
Jade got an 11 to throw the anchor.
You lift the anchor, and then Boatman was like, "Hey, what are you doing? You don't need to pick up the anchor. The anchor, you just have to go to that one part and crank it, and then it drops the anchor. That's all you have to do. You don't have to. Why are you lifting?"
I'm sorry. I just did the first thing that came to mind.
That's okay, that's fine. But I know you could do that maybe sometime, but just go ahead and so you go ahead and find the latch. The anchor goes down. It's all set, and you guys are anchored at sea. Jamero's like, after the ship is anchored, Jamero kind of goes up to where the rest of you are. You guys are in formation. He's like, we need to figure out what's going on.
In Pick's spot, and where Pick usually is, all you see is this tiny little, like, tarantula-sized spider just sitting there.
I'm gonna pick it up. I don't want him to get squished.
Yeah, that's a concern.
He can hang on my shoulder or something. It's fine.
Then he's gonna crawl on the patient's shoulder. He's gonna wave a thank you, and he's just gonna hang out.
I'm also gonna tie a lifeline to Isabel.
All right. Jamero says up to the crow's nest that you're up. Well, no, you're down mustering with everyone. So
yeah, we came down.
Hey, patients, I need you to go up to the crow's nest, see what you see, see if you find the other ships. I don't know what's going on. Did you guys feel the same thing that I felt? Did you feel like you were going down a waterfall and then it just became normal ocean? Like, what the hell?
If we look behind us, do we see like the top of the waterfall?
What you see is you still see that kind of like the waterfall perspective, but it looks like reality kind of bends and shifts back into where it's like normal regular ocean again.
I'm just gonna point at it. Yeah.
And you see Jamero just like, I gotta go tell this to Deca. I'm gonna say this, Deca. Everyone just go ahead and do what you were doing.
I just walk away and go up the crow's nest and see what.
Yeah. So you see Jamero go into the captain's quarters with the orb that you got from Dekos, the communication orb. And he just goes into the captain's quarters and closes the door.
What do I see?
What you see, you don't see any after the reality bending waterfall going to just straight normal ocean, like flat, calm ocean. You don't see any of the missing ships that you were told about, but you see like a small, maybe fishing vessel that's maybe 12 nautical miles south of your position.
Pick is still on my shoulder, but I forget that he's there, and I mumble to myself, so he can hear this.
Okay.
Well, that's fucking weird. That's all he hears.
Okay. So, after a while...
And I'll just point at it and, like, get Isabel's attention and point at the ship and see if she can see it, too.
All right, you can see it, Isabel, but you're kind of still wobbling around a bit, but you see exactly what she's talking about. Muted.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab Jerome.
Jamero?
Sorry. Jamero, yes, thank you.
Sorry, yeah, those names
Sorry,
are
it's been a long
totally
time.
close. That's why I was saying Jerome so much in episode 0, because he existed as a character, like, way before.
I remember that happening.
Yeah, you guys know why.
Isabel's gonna go. Yes. Gonna go find Jerome.
Alright,
Jamero.
so,
Jamero, I did it again.
Jerome, yeah. So you're gonna go, or Jamero. So you're gonna go see Jamero. Names, people. Names. Make your names, DM tip, make your names not similar. But that name I got from a random name generator, so you know, it was random. It still worked. That's RNG. Anyway, so you go knock on the captain's quarters, and Jamero says, "Yeah, come in."
So, I think there's a ship out there.
Okay. And then you see him get the orb and put it under the drawer and like shut it. He's like, I just got we're able to communicate with Dekos. I told him what happened. So yeah, he basically told us to try and find the other ships that went missing. Yeah, let me head out and see what I see. He heads out to the quarterdeck and the main deck of the ship, and then heads up to the quarterdeck where Aine is. And you see Aine like flustered and upset. Normally her demeanor is kind of soft-spoken. She's like, where the fuck are we? What the fuck is this? This doesn't make any sense. We're not where we're supposed to be. I don't even know where we are. Like, it doesn't match any of my charts right now. And you just see like all her charts kind of splayed out on the little table that's next to, like a covered table that's next to the helm. And she's just frantically trying to figure out where the ship is located and unable to find out. This is one of the first times you've ever seen her flustered, not knowing where her location is in general. Jamero talks to Aine. Aine, I need your spyglass. Give me your spyglass. And Aine's like, here. She just shoves it off to him, to his chest, and doesn't even look at him because she's just like still trying to figure out positioning. He grabs it and looks. He's like, that's weird. That looks like a fishing ship, but we're not in fishing waters, and that's a small ship. This makes no sense. And he like closes it, gives it to Aine, and that's what we'll take. That's where we'll pick it up next week, folks.
Cool.
So,
well, we know why they went missing. They fell off the face of the world.
Yes,
they literally fell off the earth.
So,
thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was anxiety TM.
Yeah.
Big yikes.
Yig bikes, man. Yig bikes.
I'm glad I can instill anxiety into my players.
Yig bikes.
Mnemonic.
Oh.
What's that? Mnemonica? Mnemonica
Yeah.
is gonna pronounce it. Hey, is the edge of the map supposed to be a literal thing? Almost. I kind of like the sense of it. You'll learn more about that later, but it's kind of like that old sailor saying of like, you can't go there, it's not on the maps. It's the edge of the earth. Well, we'll see what that means.
What's west of Westeros? The Resteros.
Yeah,
The Resteros.
I'm not the only person who did that.
No, it's UCLA. Arya went to college.
Nice.
I was having Pirates of the Caribbean flashbacks myself there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought it was going to be a giant vortex.
What's over there? What's over there? What's over there?
Yeah, it's a weird little.
Really good.
I thought like that was the best way to visualize that. Like it's very mind bendy, and I was like,
Yeah.
you just fell off a waterfall. Because I think in Pirates of the Caribbean, I don't really remember it, but they went like
They capsized.
the ocean. They capsized, right? Yeah. And they like
They
ocean
capsized,
became.
and then the ocean drained, and then it inverted.
Yeah.
Right. This one I wanted more of the kind of like, why is there a waterfall in the middle of the ocean kind of thing? So more of a 90-degree angle than a 180.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
just trying to switch things up there.
I liked it.
It's a cool idea. I like it.
I liked it a lot. It was really fun.
All right.
So your
wait,
character's
next
great.
week now.
Yeah, sign-offs are happening, so let's go ahead around the table, or the digital table. Isabel, go ahead and give everyone the information where they can find you on social media, and we'll pass it around.
All right. Well, you can find me on Twitter at NewbieDem4815 and an archive of our own with the same handle. And one thing that I really liked tonight was the drunken bonding between Jade and Isabel. It's like there's this video I saw on Twitter of the drunk girls that were in a bar bathroom.
Yeah,
And it was a constant string of compliments. Yeah, that's what I'm picturing in my head.
perfect. I figured that's the vibe you're going with. I didn't see that thing on Twitter, but like I have a lot of close female friends, and I've heard their stories, and you know.
Listen, positivity is abound when drunk bitches go into the bathroom.
Yes.
I'm not kidding you in any way, shape, or form. Like, you can walk in and be like, guys, I think I look like garbage. And like 4 girls will come out of the same stall and be like, you are a warrior. It's insane.
You are a beautiful person.
You are a queen. Wear whatever you want.
Guys' bathrooms aren't that great. It's still a pissing contest while people are pissing. It's quite the
Literally,
opposite.
I was gonna say, literally, it becomes a pissing contest sometimes.
Yeah. So, all right, Vanny, if you want to share where they can find you on social media and what you enjoyed the session.
Yes, absolutely. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Vanny_Stitches. It's hard to see in the banner. There's an underscore there. I do cross-stitchy things here on Twitch. And I play Patience, the halfling arcane archer, who is lovely and has some secrets of her own, apparently. I really enjoyed Jerome. I like him a lot and his fantastic abode. And I really like Marcus. I like Marcus a lot too. So I like exploring that and seeing what sort of things I'm going to be able to do. And I also really enjoyed pulling a crossbow on Marcus too, because he was following me. You don't get to do that.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what you're made of. All right, Alex, what did you enjoy from today's session, and where can people find you from on social media?
Hey, if you want to come find me, I'm Snow Serious on Instagram and on Twitter. I have to say, one of my favorite things was probably Pick just randomly wandering after Patience. We might see just waiting, just sitting outside waiting for her to finish shopping. We might see him we may see him pick another crewmate to follow next time. Who knows? See what kind of shenanigans we can get up to. Thanks for hosting us, and glad to be playing with everyone.
Cool. Yeah, very cool. Lindsay, where can people find you on social media? And really quickly, what did you enjoy from today's session?
Hi, my name is Lindsey Bouchard. You can find me on Twitter at @deburbles. You can also find me on Tumblr and Instagram as something that says bubbles, all one word, all lowercase. And something that I really enjoyed, other than being able to see the interactions with Jerome and Marcus again, because I fortunately already knew those characters from me and Michael's home game, which ended, so being able to see them again brought a tear to my eye. And it was super fun, and I also just really liked the bonding that was happening between everyone's characters. It was all super cute and adorable, and I love it.
Cool. And then, Alexei,
Yep.
where can people find you, and what did you enjoy from today's session, real quick?
All right. Well, I'm Alexei, and you can find me at ASG Creations with 2 underscores on Twitter and a dot on Instagram because, yeah, some people just like to steal your handles before you get a chance to claim them for yourself. Anyways, I think, gosh, this session was really fun. I appreciated the opportunity to get Jade to a little shrine of the Raven Queen. Because I was like, all this week I've been thinking about like, how is she gonna get those things back to the Raven Queen? Because she's probably not gonna just dip into the Shadowfell real quick. That's not gonna happen.
No.
So I like being able to do that, and then the surprise, you're getting absolutely smashed drunk.
Perfect.
Just, man, yeah, Jade has absolutely no idea if or why Isabel is interested in her, but the compliments were rolling and it was hilarious.
Amazing. All right. So for me, my name is Michael Sinclair. You can find me on Michael Crits at Twitter and Instagram. What I enjoyed from today's session was just bringing back the old characters, like Lindsay said. Marcus the professional, Jerome, in his magic shop, super cool. Agerstein's one of my favorite places in my homebrew, so being able to always come back and access that. And I'm excited for next session. We're going to do some more Ghost of the Saltmarsh stuff, like actual, some of this content. Super excited. And remember, I believe it is Pride Month. Is that right, folks?
Yeah, it is!
Pride
Pride,
Month.
folks.
Happy Pride!
Month. So
Right.
what's important for me is there's my little he, him there for my pronouns. We have several other people who have their pronouns posted. Make sure to refer to those people by their proper pronouns. I'm an LGBTQ ally. There's some folks here who are LGBTQ. So we're very happy to be part of Encounter Roleplay. Really happy that we have this stream. We get to come together, and just really happy to be representing some LGBTQ folks out there. So, like I said, if you have any questions for us, contact us through our Twitters, send us DMs if that's available. And yeah, everyone enjoy Pride Month, and we'll see you next week at 8 p.m. on Saturday. See you, folks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.